already buying, all for less. And you could score $100 or other instant prizes just for opening it. Or save even faster with mobile coupons you can use right now at Valpak.com. Valpak. There's definitely something in it for you.
We want to see ya.
In a Greenway Kia.
For over 23 years, my family's been saying it. And right now, the savings are at an all-time high. During the Kia Fall Savings event, every new Kia is discounted thousands off MSRP. Plus, when you trade with us, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete for it. Meaning, you could get up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Negative equity refinance. Expires 11/7/25.
Pack your day with awe and awesome at SeaWorld Orlando. Get real close to over 20,000 animals, including new emperor penguins. Explore on the all-new Expedition Odyssey. And enjoy fall family fun during Spooktacular with trick-or-treating and colorful costume characters on select dates now through November 2nd. Go from real to unreal at SeaWorld. Get our best benefits ever with annual passes for as low as $14.25 a month. No down payment. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. Did you know October is Sudden Cardiac Arrest Awareness Month? That's important. With Life Imaging FLA's free heart scan, you can find out exactly how your heart is doing right now. Just a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value. Get that calcium score of 0, and if you don't have that, now you know you got some work to do. That's the great thing about Life Imaging FLA. They see inside so they can find issues before you know they're coming. And when you consider 1 in 3 people in this country will die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, the very first symptom is sudden death, this seems like a no-brainer. And remember, you don't take your clothes off. There are no dyes. The entire process only takes a few minutes. And it's easy to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan, and you will be connected in seconds. If there's anything you need to do today, it's take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Thatmortgagguydon.com. Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the NBA gambling bust to a fight breaks out over construction at the White House, and sparks fly in the New York City mayoral debate, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yoski.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Record yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, well, it's Thursday. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good.
Doing great.
Man,
How are you?
Not great. Just trying to get everything thrown together. I got 400 things coming at me all at once.
All day.
All right.
Day.
Do you want to start with good news today? Would a like a little burst of good news kind of put some pep in your step for the Thursday?
Like you don't know. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, do you have said good news?
Yeah, I do. No, I have
Oh
the
my
good
God,
news.
it would be really brutal if he didn't after that.
I'm just saying. Let's double check.
Tough S, buddy.
The world's burning.
No. We broke the drought. We were in a little bit of a drought. Little bit of a long spell of no $1,000 winners.
Oof.
Oh, really?
But yesterday we got Jody and won $1,000 from taking our advice during the show.
That means we're getting $40 each, right, Jody?
Yeah. We'll take that via Venmo, PayPal. It doesn't matter.
Or even a
just fire it
traveler's
over.
check. I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, anything works these days. It'll put a smile on my face. Congratulations to you, Jody. Folks, listen for the keywords. Play the game. You see, she listened, she did, and she got $1,000. You could be next.
Did
Or
that make
he. I don't know if it's he or she, but Jody did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, is there Jody guys?
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Did that make you any happier?
Not much.
Okay.
No.
I could tell those.
Yeah.
Great
It'll
job,
be fine.
Jody.
It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. All right, let's start off as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the latest stupid trend on the internet. Just in case you were wondering, I want to tell you ahead of time.
Oh, I see this one.
This is not real, okay? It's not real. I want you to know that it's not real. I can't believe that there are people who watch these things and go, oh, my God, what's the world coming to?
Nobody thinks this is real,
I'm telling
Sean.
you, there's a couple
Nobody
out there.
thinks
I'm
this is
ready
real.
to think it's
C-Lane,
real.
I love your faith and how smart you think people are out there. But in some cases, they are this dumb. Now, I think most people with a brain and an IQ over 14 know that the cat carrying a gun at the front door trend is indeed fake. all right?
You obviously haven't met my cats.
Your cats can do this? Oof,
Yeah.
We're in for a world of hurt.
Revolvers, at least.
Wow. This is a cat with a shotgun. This is what is the latest thing with AI to explode all over the internet.
Are you kidding me? Drop it! Drop the gun! Give me that! Hey, let go! What is wrong with you?
A pit bull shooting at the camera?
Oh, this brings me so much joy.
I didn't see the pit bull one.
Oh, that's so great, Tom. Keep on coming.
This is life now. Kevin says this is real. It might as well be. I don't know. I mean, it's not,
Now,
obviously.
I know I've gotten some blowback from Sora before on using pictures of real people.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use pictures of my real dog?
I'll
Can I
let
have
you know
Lexi
in about
firing off
15 seconds
Got it,
because
all right.
Carl absolutely is getting a gun in his hand.
What? Carl's going to have to get a little gun.
How
or it'll
dare
just
you?
Be
That
even
cat had
more
a
hilarious.
shotgun.
The new move for those of you listening is you put a cat with a gun or a dog with a gun at the front door of somebody's house, and you make it look like the animals are trying to rob the place, and then the people come out and freak out.
Are you kidding me? Drop it! Drop the gun! Give me that! Hey, let go!
Oh, I love the idea of drop it, drop the gun. Like Like, if you do find a cat with a shotgun at your front door, you obviously need to start talking to it. It's like, drop it, drop the gun.
Well, now, has there been an animal that has like with capabilities of firing a gun that has done that before?
I feel like people got away with murder by saying their dog was the one that messed with the gun.
But a dog. I'm talking like
a dog has fired a gun before.
A monkey, like a chimpanzee. Like
has a monkey fired a gun? There's a lot of guns and there's a lot of monkeys. There's no way that.
Google.
Yeah, it must have happened. There's
it's hard to Google now because there's definitely Sora videos of monkeys firing guns.
For realsies. Like, obviously this is fake. The cat doesn't have a gun.
Google AI won't even answer me.
Are you kidding me? Drop it! Drop the gun! Give me that! Hey, let go!
Let go! God! Believe the gall of these cats these days. It's just unbelievable. I mean, love that part.
They're giving me like, situations, scenarios, but have not like any recorded instances of monkeys firing a gun.
I'm talking like those chimpanzees or whatever they were at the zoo.
They're smoking
that used to
a pack
smoke
a
the
day?
cigarettes. Yeah.
You think they were shooting too?
Well, I mean, if they saw people using guns,
or if they're in America, they would have access to both.
Well, I'm telling you, there's too many guns and too many monkeys. A monkey shot a gun bbefore. There's just no doubt. There's the monkey shot a gun at one point in time.
While a monkey has not fired a gun in a genuine act of aggression, ... It is possible.
So what we need is for a monkey to get real pissed off and then shoot somebody. And they're like, all right, now the monkey did it on purpose.
Can you imagine if the monkey's like, wow, this is a lot more effective than throwing poop.
We're done for. If the monkeys figure out the gun thing, we are
this whole time I've been throwing the poop because I thought that was the worst thing I could do. Why didn't you show me this gun before?
A new fear unlocked. When your gun goes missing in your house, it's not just your kid that you have to suspect was responsible for this. Could perhaps be the family pet. Lady dog shooting at me. I don't know what to do anymore.
How did they get this pass? Because I just press enter on the prompt, and they're like, this may violate our guardrails around illicit or illegal activities.
It must be something other
so
than
what
Sora.
do I have to write?
Well, no, it has Sora on the.
Oh, did it?
Watermark was on
put
it.
this dog in a security doorbell cam, holding what looks to be.
Yeah, and maybe they added the sound effects later or something. I don't know.
Or maybe this is a new rule. Like we're discovering all the fun things about Sora days after they institute some new rule where we can't have violent animals.
America, what is happening?
Martin Luther King Jr. throwing in zins and calling them 6 milli lip pillies.
I still say, C-Lane, there are some people, some old people in particular, who would see that video and go, what is the world coming to? I cannot believe it. The cats and dogs have gone to shooting things. It's unbelievable out there.
I mean, it's for me, it's a stretch in the head. But I also watched the newer Lion King with my wife, and
the one where they have guns.
No, but the one where the animals look more realistic. People call it live action. It's definitely not live action. It's just better animation. And she thought that they trained the animals to do.
How
Still
dare
unclear.
you throw your wife under that bus?
Still unclear. You never know. All right, folks. So let us know if you've seen those videos because they appear to be going quite viral at the moment.
About to see a new one. I'm getting a generation.
Oh, it's
right
doing
here.
it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I just had to change up some words
Carl's holding a super soaker
with bullets in it.
Still funny. Carl holding any sort of weaponry, even a slingshot, I'd still be excited about it, honestly. We got this huge NBA bust today where there was an illegal sports gambling probe. Some of you have been shouting at the top of your lungs for your entire life that the NBA was rigged, that these different sports leagues were rigged. You might have been right. You might have been onto something. We'll go into what they said at this press conference, the people who are arrested, and then it's like a double arrest thing. It was a sports gambling probe and an illegal gambling family, crime family casino operation. And both of them were straight out of the movies. It's crazy to hear what happened here. I watched the whole press conference, and I was pretty enthralled at just what they said was going on, how they were ripping people off, the levels at which they can scam you, specifically at the card games that they were talking about. It is just jaw-dropping to me. So we'll get into that in just a bit here on the show. Real quick, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Charles emails the show, and he says, I know it's not your fault. I like that you started with that, at least. It might be, though. I don't know. I don't hold it against you, but I just want to express how annoying the ad placement has been in the podcast lately. Oh, God. Only one of them on Monday interrupted Amy right in the middle of her segment. They regularly pop in at random times, and it has me screaming at the radio, that's a whole lot of macaroni, he says. I don't know what to tell you. I've complained about this like I have every other time. Before they told me to put these little ad markers in, then they told me to take the ad markers out. Then we moved over to another podcast thing when things were working, because that's what we do sometimes. Well, when everything's perfect, we move it over somewhere else.
If it ain't broke, fix it till it is.
I guess so. It seems like that's the strategy. I promise you, if you put up with it for now, I am as frustrated as you are and fighting to get it cleared out of the podcast. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Also, Zachary emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. He says, watch The Alabama Solution on HBO Max if you haven't yet. Oh. It's not exactly new news, but no less shocking. Despicable S, says Zachary. I did watch that. I thought it was kind of boring. The one thing that I do think is interesting that doesn't get enough attention is the kind of stuff that does still remain to get smuggled into prison. I don't care about prisoners whining about conditions. I really, save it, okay? There was some flooding in my cell after torrential downpours came by. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, a lot of these people are in there for horrific things. We should try to do the best we can within the circumstances. But some of this was just whining by some of these prisoners, in my estimation. But I did see a story that lined up with your email today. And I saw one the other day that I didn't even mention on the show that I was just enthralled by as well. They said it's a frequent occurrence outside prisons at night that you hear the whirring sound of not one but many drones.
Yeah.
And the prison yard at night will just be like all the drones flying overhead, and the drones will drop drugs, they'll drop weapons, they'll drop all kinds of stuff on the ground, and then when the prisoners go back out, they'll get those drugs or guns. And I think they should do everything they can to stop that.
I think they actually they were trying to enact some new drone laws, and there were certain places you weren't supposed to be allowed to fly them around.
Right, but do you think that the drug dealers flying those drones are going to abide by those rules?
Not particularly.
No, they have to have some better technology, I would imagine, to find this kind of stuff. And we don't know exactly what happened, but there's a case in Florida, in the federal prison, in one of the federal prisons in Florida, where one of the inmates was shot and killed. And think about that for a second. This happened northwest of Orlando in a federal prison. The inmate was shot and killed, right? Another inmate had a friggin' gun, a loaded weapon behind bars, and they haven't determined yet if this person got it from one of the guards or something, or smuggle it in somebody's backside, or whatever it was. But I do think there's a solid point there in the fact that they shouldn't be getting drugs, they shouldn't be getting guns, they shouldn't be getting this stuff in these prisons, and prisoners and everybody else at these facilities should be protected from that kind of stuff. The rest of it, I just honestly didn't. I thought it was kind of dumb. But all right, let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, we'll get to this NBA breakdown where there was gambling going on, and you have coaches and players that have been arrested, and the whole scheme. I'll lay it out for you real quick. This scheme is just unbelievable. The details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. Morning traffic's cleared up on most of the major roadways, although you're still going to run into some familiar delays on I-4 between Dr. Phillips and getting through that amusement park area. There's a crash getting cleared up, partially blocking the ramp from I-4 eastbound Orange Blossom Trail. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. No issues on I-95 or the Beach Line. That'll be affecting your drive. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Everdoor's Forever Springs last for life. And right now, you save $75. One fix, forever covered.
Hello. Jesus, man. Okay, folks. How are you on a Thursday? Go mic activated. Little on edge today. I've almost banned a couple of you already. Oh, God. Hey, how are we? We worked on a little bit of the lighting yesterday, so hopefully my shot looks even just a tick better. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Kevin. People acting up already? The show just started? Yeah, that's kind of the day it's going to be. I'm annoyed with about 500 things, so I'm trying to stay calm, but we'll see. 6 out of 10 today reacted to your video last night. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chaos. I don't even know what video you're talking about. Maybe the latest one. Looks bad. Wait, does this lighting look better? Because really I messed with this lighting over here. I mean, the only thing that's better is the lighting is finally in this corner here, but it's not the same color of lighting just yet, which needs to be fixed. It's like a list of 8 billion things. All the lighting now is temporary because we're going to be doing the new project to completely, renovate this lighting setup and make it an absolutely professional lighting setup. But... Hi, last poet. Couple of minutes and we're back live.
Rate hikes aren't coming, the biggest in U.S. history, but you can fight back with Solar Source. Whole home solar from just $89 a month with no money down. Guaranteed performance. And
nice shirt. Thank you. Appreciate that.
My solar panels,
I don't know if you guys watched this, but we're going to talk about this when we come back. The NBA/gambling bust is pretty crazy. It involves 4 crime families, which is crazy. It involves rigged gambling games and card games. It involves the thing everybody always thought was happening, which was cheating and gambling in professional sports in the United States, including obviously the NBA. It involves coaches, players, it involves all kinds of people. And I believe the quote was, not just hundreds of thousands, not just millions, but tens of millions of dollars that was involved in this whole thing.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest...
Kevin says the lighting is slightly better. As we say in construction, it's a C-hair better. I still don't know. When you say that, are you talking about this lighting? Because this lighting has not been changed much. The lighting over here has been changed a little bit to try to put a little more light on my face.
The largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Are you tired of...
Best part is the Heat got their player arrested after the Magic whooped on that ass. Yeah, well, I think that's the person who's going to be arraigned in Orlando today. I think. But there's one of the players is going to be arraigned in Orlando for this whole big scandal.
Protect you from malware phishing and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making
2 minutes and we're coming back live. Folks, if you're on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, one of the 8,555 annoying things to me today is that right as we hit 27,000, 2 people unsubscribed. So now we're not at 27,000 anymore, and that's fucking annoying. I want to get over that hump. I want to keep growing. I want to keep the videos going. It's an annoying thing. So take a moment. If you don't mind, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. If not, if you're already subscribed, hit that like button over on the stream. And when we come back, we'll talk about this massive gambling thing that they busted today. All the crime families, all the sports betting, man.
Official message from Medicare. A couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
It's pretty crazy. And we're going to talk about the details of this arrest and charges in just a moment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one. And you got to make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
Here we go.
During Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you. And you got to make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money. Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you.
U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Don't be scared. Halloween's creeping up. The free iHeartRadio app has irresistible stations like Halloween Radio. Always screaming. I mean, streaming, commercial free. Plus Trick or Treat Radio, just for your little monsters. Trick or treat. And of course, curated Halloween playlists, perfect for your Halloween party. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reesewindows.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
to the world's most viral newsroom. Details on how you can keep up with everything happening around here and even subscribe to the podcast for free is over at thenewsjunkie.com. No one's surprised, I don't think, about this big, giant gambling bust. I'm the only thing that surprises me is that people still engage so much in illegal gambling when it seems like to gamble in a legal way, that seems a little bit more... I don't want to say fair, but like, at least regulated.
Right.
It's so easy, especially like getting involved in, card games and stuff.
Well, people still do the gambling on like the not so savory websites, I think, right? Like some of the Twitch streamers, like isn't there those guys that just like play slots all day on their Twitch? Those are kind of like, they're not the most above board.
I don't think so. No,
I see ads for them all the time, so they're enough above board to get some ad space on TikTok.
They are out there. They are taking money, but are they fair? I don't think any of this stuff is fair. And we see some of that this week with this huge bust. Like the FBI was involved. They said 4 major crime families were involved.
Whoa.
NBA coaches, players, all of these different type of figures in the NBA, from Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, and former NBA player Damon Jones among those arrested. And this scheme that they were involved in is just absolutely massive in scope. this broke down the line, and they said, hey, we got big news here. There's been a huge NBA gambling buzz.
18 past the hour now, and some breaking news on this story in the NBA. Watch this now. It's still developing. It's our understanding that there are arrests being made actively as we speak.
Damn.
This is rocking the league. The FBI arresting a coach in Portland, as well as current and former players. We expect to learn more 40 minutes from now.
All right, we did get some of the details at a press conference not long after, and you had all the big three-letter agencies up there talking about what was happening, talking about what these arrests were about, who's been charged, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's kind of crazy, this whole damn thing. Here is some of the press conference where they discussed these. There was like two different schemes going on. One was insider gambling, which no one who knows about sports is surprised about. The players were gambling based on information that they had about their friends or other people they knew in the league, and who was going to miss games.
Rigging the game?
Well, there's some accusations of that. But hold on, let's get to what he says first here at this press conference. This is one of the people who was talking about the charges that have been announced. Here we go.
I'm Christopher Rea, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI New York Field Office. Today, as you've heard, our office conducted a massive nationwide takedown from 2 indictments of 34 defendants for their alleged involvement in 2 separate illegal poker and sports betting schemes where, as you heard, the odds were rigged in their favor.
This guy is pissed.
Yeah.
Among these defendants are 13 members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families.
The Bonanno, Benvino, and I forgot the last one, but the Italian
Genovese.
Yeah, the Italian crime families is what he says.
Bonanno was a very funny last name.
This is going to sound very naive of me, but I didn't really know that major crime families was still a thing, and definitely not 4 of them.
I mean, I think it's still out there, but not like it used to be.
Right.
You know, like I guess they're still involved in stuff like this.
How are you known as a major crime family and still able to get away with being? It's like that movie about what was the Joshua Jackson movie where he joins the secret society?
Oh, the 20 or the card counting one?
No.
I'm lost.
He goes to college and he joins a secret society, and they all have a bunch of money, and they meet in like, you know, mini castles and stuff. It's based on like Skull and Bones, right?
Right. Yeah.
And when they made the movie, they weren't able to use Skull and Bones because it was trademarked. And I'm like, how secret is your society if there's legal documents?
Like you're saying it's a little weird that they're going up there and they're like, involved in this scheme to defraud and gamble illegally in the United States, the Gambino family of 213 Fairweather Street. He's like, wait a second.
And the Bananos, brought to you by Better Health.
Hey, hold on. You know right where these people are. What's happening here? They're the crime families, NBA stars, is a whole big thing here.
To include capos and soldiers from these families.
Capos.
Additionally, as you heard, current and former NBA coaches and players are also implicated, to include Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier, all right.
3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars.
All right, so this was a big money enterprise. And here's the kicker. Officials were investigating whether the Terry Rozier guy manipulated his performance in a March 2023 game against the Charlotte Hornets. And they said he had been betting on this. During the game, he played roughly 9 minutes and scored only 5 points against the New Orleans Pelicans because of a sore right foot. Before that game, he averaged 35 minutes of playing time and 21 points per game. Okay. And they think he might have rigged the game by like
failing on purpose out there.
But wait a second. You said 35 minutes of play and 20-something points?
21 points per game is what he was averaging, but he only got 5 points.
In 9 minutes. So if you did the math,
minutes.
that's not too far off, is it?
If you went, 9 to, yeah, if he would have played the whole thing, I guess. I don't know. Is this the same game?
Are we saying that he faked a sore foot?
They're saying he might have faked all kinds of stuff. Is this? Let me see if this is the same guy. Terry Rozier. Okay, I guess this is him, and he's playing this particular game. All right.
Still running.
Oh, and he just like rolled the ball to the opponents. Watch. He's the guy with the ball. All right. Dribble.
Still running.
He just like rolled the ball.
And still going.
If that's him, Miami Heat, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy in question. So they're saying there were some games where he played so poorly and turned over the ball in such seemingly obvious ways that they believe that, he was betting and then getting out there and purposely doing a bad performance. He can for a lot of money. I mean, a lot of these guys will do this. And they also said some of these people, Sabrina, were pushed to further their involvement in both of these schemes because they built up gambling debt. And so they would lose sometimes, and then they would go, you better you better do this X, Y, and Z, or we're going to tell on you for gambling and for being in debt with like the mafia. So pretty crazy, the whole thing. This always brings up the thing for me, which I think is like a big differentiator and the line in the sand in this world, where people like Pete Rose, who of course is had his issues and been like banned from the Hall of Fame of baseball and stuff, where they, I believe, almost exclusively bet on themselves.
Yes.
And bet for themselves to win.
Pete Rose bet on his team to win, which I always find so stupid that the Major League Baseball organization was the one that, they wouldn't let him in the Hall of Fame. And they had, and he was this big, he was the bad guy in this whole thing. I'm like, you bet on your own team. And they're like, well, the problem is he didn't bet on his team when he didn't think they were going to win. I go, yeah, that's how gambling works. The people that should be mad are the people taking the bets.
Yeah, but to me, there is a big difference between that and if you potentially are throwing the game. Like, that is really...
allegation against Terry Rozier, is he's alleged to have tipped off co-defendants about his intention to leave that game early, leading to wagers on him underperforming.
Yeah, I mean, what is that if not the fighter saying, I'll go down in the third round?
Yep.
Like, you're setting up a thing. And then everybody who participated in any of these games in gambling, they thought they were watching people who were playing to the best of their ability, and they thought they were going to get a fair shake, but they didn't. And many of you are just not surprised at all. And I don't blame you. I think a lot of people think this is the default.
Did they not try to introduce a league in which betting was allowed? That even the players were allowed to be involved in that? I don't think it went anywhere, but I could have sworn it was some sort of
XFL
indoor.
Kind of thing?
Yeah. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll make sure they can do the dances at the end zone. And they can bet on themselves or against themselves.
Most of the leagues have embraced some sort of betting at this point in time. So it's never been more important, I think, that you make sure that people are being fair or as fair as possible. I guess it's tough to be fair when you have so many people involved. There's like so many people who could cheat. And in baseball, all it takes is an outfielder to be like, oh, no, I missed the ball. And then the outcome of a game is changed because of that. So I want to know if you think this is just prevalent and common across sports or what you think should happen to these folks. But they also were talking about the card gambling operation they had. They said when they went in, they would have people that they called the fish. The fish would be people who they encouraged to come gamble and promised they would be gambling among NBA greats. And so they would get there and they'd be like, oh, my God, there's famous people here. They didn't know, these fish, that everything around them was rigged. The cards were rigged. All the other players were fake. Everything was set up as an elaborate scam. They were monitoring their cards, and everybody around them was playing a role to take their money from them. And they took tens of millions of dollars in these two schemes. Pretty crazy. What do you think? Let us know with your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Alternatively, you can always email the show. We'll get to some of those here in just a bit. Email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. And as always, If you want to be anonymous, put that right on top of your email so I don't blurt out your name on accident, okay? Do me a favor, do you a favor, and do that when you send an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some of your feedback. We'll talk about, at some point, they're fighting over this White House construction, man. There's people angry about this. And we got to look inside what this room is supposed to look like. We first, before any of that, have to revisit the story we were doing yesterday about people attacking the kids on e-bikes. We got an update, all right? We got an update on this, some more information about something we talked about. And it's kind of an important update. We'll see what we have for you, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Saying things that management will have to apologize for later. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Thursday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a really pleasant day as we head into this afternoon.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show, friends. Couple minutes and we'll be back live. This is called School Mike, so we can talk in the meantime.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage.
What do you think is the easiest sport to rig like this?
All for under $30.
What is the easiest sport to rig? Is it boxing?
You never know what amazing deals you'll find.
Because you only need like one sucker. You know?
Tired of opening up your power?
Is it boxing? Or is it like a team sport so you can hide what you're doing in a larger crowd of people, right? Like basketball, baseball. You know, you could throw the ball just off the outreached arm of the second baseman, and then that changes the course of the game.
And tailored towards your energy needs, you can lock in lower costs and enjoy more predictable bills.
Bowling, you can rig the pins? I don't think so. I think bowling is one of the most secure sports for gambling. It's man versus pins.
Energy freedom with solar installers of
Table tennis?
For your free quote, 407-777-5050. That's 407.
Worldwide soccer?
Let them know C-Link from the News Junkie sent you.
Soccer would be easy, right? Because you only need that goalie. You get the goalie right in front of it, and then ball goes in. Nailed that reenactment, by the way. Bowling can be rigged with altered balls. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess almost anything can be rigged, but I feel like bowling would be more secure because of the limitations and everybody just sitting there watching. And I don't know, it feels like maybe every sport has people sitting there watching. It feels like that one's harder to rig. Boxing or MMA? Definitely. And it probably happens frequently, too. That's what I would bet. Wasn't Henry Hill rigging basketball games in the 70s? I'm sure. I mean, it's not new to have this stuff rigged. It's just new to have this particular investigation going. And I'll stress, we haven't heard from any of these people who have been charged. So maybe they're probably going to say this is all a giant misunderstanding. 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Sean, have you seen a little movie called Kingpin? Yes, long time ago, but yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for a top-notch fencing company that can do a great job for you, someone you can trust, talk to the guys I talked to, Dow, over at
You guys are coming up with all the ways that you could cheat in bowling. Okay, get that full list ready of all the ways that you could cheat at bowling. And now do that same process for basketball, football, you know, on down the line. And where do you stack these things? That's my point. I'm not talking about this in a vacuum. Wrestling, get out of here. Don't you dare say wrestling is rigged. The pitcher in baseball? Exactly. Cricket? I have no idea. I don't even know how cricket works. I know we got these Indian dudes.
in the neighborhood and at one of the parks not too far from here on the weekend. They all gather and play cricket, and they are having a blast. They are excited about everything that's going on. I fully support them getting outdoors and having fun, but I have no idea what's happening. Zero clue of what's happening. All right, folks, we're coming back.
At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only, exclusions supply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't, I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe.
Okay, here we go.
Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't, I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. Says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
yesterday. Of all other things, and I generally know, I'm pretty good over the years at reading the pulse of what's going on during the show. I generally know what topic, what discussion is going to bring back the most feedback and why that's happening. But sometimes stuff will surprise me. Like we'll bring up something, especially dumb things, little like tidbits that we just hit for a second and then people go nuts. After a while, you know what people are going to respond to. Like I absolutely would be a black belt ninja in purposely triggering the texting service that we have right now. If I wanted to make it just explode, all I'd have to do is say like 2 or 3 wrong things in a couple of sentences, and the correction crew would dive down. If I mispronounce something, they'll just
without
come
a
in
doubt,
heavy.
and he calls himself the news junkie.
Oh yeah. It would be like, what an idiot! Oh, there will be all kinds of stuff like that. But sometimes the stories we talk about, and I'm like, I didn't think people would get that fired up about it. And talking about the people rising up against the e-bike teens, folks were fired up, man. They were fired up.
This was very new to me.
They were fired up, and they were fired up in support of the people attacking these teenagers on these e-bikes. They did not like this whole culture of people riding around on these things.
I mean, I feel like I don't support attacking teenagers, but I do kind of feel for these people if the teenagers are behaving in such a way that they're making other people feel unsafe.
I mean, but a part of me thinks that you're talking about the group of teenagers on bicycles, like with the chain and everything, doing the wheelies. And Sean, are you talking about the rentable e-bikes?
I'm talking
scooters?
about e-bikes and scooters that are around most of these cities. But in a way, those things are kind of connected to that, cyclists
Can't do
versus
a wheelie on that.
Well, the cyclists versus motorists is a larger battle that I think this falls under, because people in cars tend to hate people on bikes. And let me be the first to assure you, a lot of people on bikes hate people in cars. And I've been in the middle of this showdown many times. I'll tell you the update on the story that got everybody so mad, and we'll play some audio from this in just a second. But one example that I give when I talk about this kind of battle back and forth was, I was at a stop sign one time, and I stopped my SUV that I was driving.
Rolled
this was
right through it.
a million years ago. And as I
was going to say, when did you drive an SUV?
Zuzu Rodeo I had at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, the Zuzu Rodeo.
Bet you
way
called it
back
a
in the day.
rodeo to make it sound a little fancier.
I did not. No, I did not. It blew up after like 6 months or something. Yeah, it was not great.
Blowdeo, then. Got it.
And I pull up to the stop sign, and as I stop for a second, I look over and I see this guy. He's a ways away on his bicycle, and he starts shouting at me, and he's driving down the sidewalk on his bicycle, full speed. You know, he's one of the guys that's got like those curly handlebars, and he's in a position where he's racing a ghost or something. And this guy is hauling ass toward the side of my car, and he's screaming. So I just stop. And he drives on his bike full speed into the side of my SUV. And then he proceeds.
Hilarious.
He starts yelling at me, and I'm like, why are you yelling at me? You had half of a football field.
You just hit my rodeo, bro.
To stop on your bicycle, and you didn't, and you crashed into my car. And he's like, you're in the way. You're pulled in the way. And I go, I'm not totally sure about the law, sir, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to ride a bicycle on the sidewalk. And he was just mad. And he drove away. And that was one of my forays into this world. But I learned shortly after, like, people in cars and people in bikes fight quite often. The e-bike thing is just kind of another branch off of that. Now, we talked yesterday about this college professor that was one of the people that attacked the e-bike rider. I guess we have video of it now. There's video that's come in.
This is not good for Professor Angry.
Might not be good for him. Let's see just how angry he got. Hang on. Let me see here. This is the story from WFTV about this interaction.
Yes, we first told you about the story as it was breaking here on Eyewitness News last night. This video was recorded on a camera at Jackson Heights. We've blurred the exterior portions to protect the identity of the students here on the Oviedo Middle School campus.
He's up in their
Steve McRae
faces.
is live at Oviedo Police Headquarters this afternoon. And Q, what have you learned about this suspect?
So I did not realize this, but first of all, it says child attack arrest. It's a college campus. How young were these people?
She just said Oviedo Middle School.
Oh, was it? I thought this was you. Oh,
it's a college professor that smacked a middle schooler.
Correction on my part then. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought he was doing this at UCF and college kids were zooming around.
I thought the same thing, and I was like, why are you blurring the outsides of the video to protect college kids? And then she said middle school, and I was like, oh, this guy. This had nothing to do with the UCF campus other than the fact that the guy works there.
That was his
might
job.
be losing his job there.
Damn. Okay. So, yeah, Jackson Heights Middle School in Oviedo, Florida was where he was arrested. And now they've got this video, and it shows him, the professor from this college, UCF, it shows him in the face of this huge crowd of middle school kids, and it doesn't look great.
I did some digging and found out that this suspect is well educated. He got his PhD from Caltech, one of the best engineering schools in the country. But police say he wasn't thinking straight when he decided to get on this campus and attack the kids. It was all caught on video.
Ooh.
This guy is on the street.
Things heat up quickly in the cell phone video. The adult among the students is Shu Shan Pang. According to the arrest report, on October 14th, he yelled at a boy to slow down as he rode to school.
All right, so he was upset that somebody was going too fast. He told them to slow down. Then he followed them to the middle school. That's where you get into the dumb territory. Don't follow kids to school when you think they're riding their bikes too fast or something. If you really have an issue, call the school and say there's a bunch of your students that are like driving recklessly near the campus. Can you have somebody out there to keep an eye on this? If you really wanted to escalate it, like call the cops or something. But you don't want to confront a bunch of middle schoolers on campus. I don't think it's going to end well for you most times.
Especially middle schoolers that have iPhones.
Yeah, they're all
that
filming.
Was full fisheye, and that was just one of 14 angles available on the internet.
And what's the visual always going to look like when you're up in the face of a bunch of middle schoolers? You're like, yeah, you're screaming at them.
It's not like how it used to be that one adult can put 14, 12-year-olds in line. At this point, would it not be better advice to say, go talk to their teachers or the principal?
Yeah.
Let them know and have them handle it, because this did not work out well for him, especially after following them to school.
Let me just a little hint for people. Here's a great way to deal with this, okay? Little hint for people. A lot of times you get mad about something that happens over and over and over and over again, and then you just explode. Instead of doing that, when you see something like this that's happening, pull out your camera, try to be like a little, surreptitious about it, but pull out your camera on the sly, record some footage of this once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Keep doing it. And then all of a sudden you have a compilation of this behavior. And then that is a much more powerful thing that you could send over to the school or something. All of that is going to work better than you just getting mad and yelling in the face of these middle schoolers.
When the student said no, Pang followed him onto Jackson Heights Middle School's campus.
No!
Once on the school grounds, police say Pang grabbed the boy's arm, then smacked his helmet off his head.
Charles on YouTube says, full Asian dad.
He was too. Hang on, look.
Also,
they blurred
down as he rode to school.
They blurred so much of this out that it's a little hard to see. But for those of you who are watching on YouTube, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, he does smack his helmet right off his head.
When the student said no, Pang followed him onto Jackson Heights Middle School's campus. Once on the school grounds, police say Pang grabbed the boy's arm, then smacked his helmet off his head.
Yes, I was.
Next, you can see other students check in and push Pang to the ground. He's accused of attacking a second boy before school staffers step in.
Oh, man.
The little kids jumped on him.
They jumped his ass.
Good for them.
Like little monkeys. These kids all jumped on the guy, and then he's trying to go for a second one. This is what I'm saying. You're burying yourself in bad ideas. You have to watch people doing this stuff and start building a case. People are not good enough about this in their life. When something makes you mad, start building a case, okay? Even if you never end up sending it somewhere, it will give you a little bit of a relaxing, feel-good moment to start capturing a bit of evidence, put it away, and then if anything ever comes up, you go, hey, this is the problem. This has been going on for a while. Here's evidence of these same kids doing this over and over again. And their school will go, oh, thank you. That's compelling evidence. We'll do something about this. And then you win over the middle schoolers. In this case, you look like a crazy person, and they get to beat you up.
Yeah.
and I don't even think they got in trouble.
I will say they probably didn't. But I will say, if you're going to hit a kid with a helmet on, he kind of did it in the least attacking the kid way.
It wasn't
popped it.
It wasn't a properly placed helmet. It should have been clipped.
He more so hit the helmet and just swatted it off of him. I was thinking like a side of the head, just like bam, hitting the kid right in the cranium.
I mean, you should
and knocking that thing off.
I think it goes without saying, don't touch a kid that's not yours.
Sure.
Secondly, though, I put $5 down that man had no idea, would have never seen it coming, that all of the preteens jumped on him.
It might be a cultural thing. Like, I don't know how long this guy's been in the country. I don't know how long this professor's lived here. He might be like, well, where I come from, this kind of stuff would never happen. Because
he went to Caltech, right?
Yeah.
Did he say Caltech?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you would think that he would pick up on the middle school kids being monsters sometimes, and you should probably not go out there and mix it up with them. But tell us what you think. Do you think he should be in trouble? Send us a dispatch or an email. Record your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see what you got here for us real quick. This person says, hey, Sean, Sabrina, and Celine, this is Paul from Palm City. I think the movie Celine was thinking about is called Shade. It stars Jamie Foxx and Sylvester Stallone. What a great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a must-watch. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Nope. Close but no cigar.
It's called The Skulls.
The Skulls? Well, that makes a lot more sense if it's about skull and crossbow, as you said earlier. Somebody says this is an ape with an AK-47. Is it real? No, this is fake as hell. 14 years ago, though. Hold on. This is fake. This is from 20th Century Fox Research Library, sir.
Yeah, it's
fake. This is 1,000% fake. Yeah, this is from a movie.
No.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, very fake.
They give the ape the gun.
That's a chimpanzee.
Or the chimp. Oh, it's all fake. It's fake. That's fake.
It's hilarious, though.
It's funny, but it's definitely fake, sir. So thank you for the email. You could be next. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we have so much stuff to get to. And I want to ask you, there's a new idea for a theme park in Las Vegas. And it's really interesting. And I want to see if you would spend your hard-earned money to do this and if you would think it would be fun. The idea is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Morning traffic's cleared up on most of the major roadways. You won't be running into any surprises affecting your ride. Just some familiar slowdowns still on I-4 between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. You won't be running into any issues on I-95. Traffic is up to speed on Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Squeaks, jerks, and rattles? Your garage door's crying for Everdoor. For just $49, they'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdoor for smooth service. Book at everdoor.com. Everdoor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Folks, I'm here to tell you there are great companies out there in the United States of America who hire locals, who pay them well, and who make sure that they are being honest and right with you in their dealings with you if your AC is broken. The company that I trust the most is absolutely Mills Air, and you will too. So if something is broken on your AC, there's this new temptation, I think, which would be to say, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to YouTube it, and then I'm going to get out there and I'm going to electrocute myself probably. That's the outcome you might get to. Leave it to the experts. They've done it before, and they'll do it again, and they'll be honest with you at Mills Air. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer, so they could get you huge rebates on a new Carrier AC if you need one. Their number, 407-277-1159. That's right. It's 407-277-1159, or you can find them on their website, which is millsair.com.
This is the sound of Jack buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida...
Hello? Folks, we're back in just a couple of minutes. Stop with your fake videos of animals with weapons, okay? I know what's real and I know what's fake in this world of ours. I know an ape with a gun when I see one, okay? I know an ape with a gun, and I know an ape on the set of a movie. And movie magic. I could spot it a mile away. Cosidius says, I got my Mo magnet yesterday. That's cool. Am I real, says Chaos? Kinda.
We've got a special deal to help you improve efficiency and rake in more revenue. Service Titan, the #1 software for the trades, is here to help simplify your operations and drive profitability.
A brand new theme park is opening in Las Vegas. My question to you, chat, would you go? Okay? Would you go? And I'm going to describe this place for you here momentarily. Here's what they're doing. They're building an entire theme park in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this is sort of on the backs of the retro and sort of people connecting to the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the different decades. They're going to open this theme park with different areas of the theme park for different decades. So you can go visit the 90s. An entire part of the theme park is the 90s. You can visit the 80s. You can visit the 70s. You could visit the 60s and the 50s. Like, you could go through this whole theme park, and each of these major sections just transport you right to that moment. And I think that's kind of cool. It's a smart idea. We're back in 30 seconds. Come on. Let's do this.
I'll give you some details. Tell me if you would go to this place.
Mo.com Studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or dial 1-800.
Of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This is
On the News Junkie, welcome in to the world's most viral newsroom. And you can learn more about the show by going over to the website, which is available at thenewsjunkie.com. Would you spend your hard-earned money on this? I'm asking this to everybody, including
There's
you.
a lot of things I'd spend my hard-earned money on.
Let's see. Let's see if this would do it for you, because they're about to build a massive theme park in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's an idea that I don't even know if it's been done like this before.
Vegas got quite the budget, and yet still doing very poorly with tourism.
They need people, yes. They need people to go in there, and it's been a little dead, so maybe this ramps it up for them. This is going to be a brand new theme park called Retro Escapes in Las Vegas. And there will be 5 lands in this theme park. So think about
That sounds familiar.
your Epic Universe, your Islands of Adventure, your Disney, and they got like all these different areas. But the areas, once you get into this theme park, will be the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and the 50s.
I'm sold.
And when you go there, you'll be transported immediately into that moment. Like you walk into the 90s era and everything looks like the 90s. There's
cocaine everywhere.
Nostalgia everywhere. And the music from the 90s is playing. And they have performances from famous acts from the 90s that are still out and touring. And they have rides.
How are they going to pull that off in the 60s land?
Yeah. And am I going to be treated the same way as the women were treated in the 50s?
Maybe. They don't. Yeah, they do go down to 50. 50s
like
is
we
the
just
oldest,
go to the kitchen and that's all the
I don't know if they have social norms enforced when you get into these zones, but they have the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s.
Why does this land have more water fountains? This is very weird.
Well, I have a couple of questions. One, would you go? 2, what would be the area of this that you would go to? So many of the audience is just to say 90s because of when you were born, probably.
Well, go to all of them.
I thought the 70s and 80s sounded real fun.
It could be cool.
If you were
like,
in the party section.
Everything themed out like that. It says, Daniel Leo Jr. has announced this park, and he's the founder behind the project. They're working with PGAV Destinations, which is the team behind the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ride at Epcot. They also did SeaWorld Yas Island in Abu Dhabi and Discovery Cove
Is that
in
spelled
Orlando,
out? I think
Florida.
it is. Am I supposed to say Yas Island?
Yeah. YAS. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah. So Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is probably one of my favorite rides at a theme park I've ever been on. It's a fun thing. It feels like you're dancing, basically. And it's a blast. And the folks who built that are really, up to something. In the center of this theme park, they will have the Fountain of Youth. And then all around it will be these portals into the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s.
Who's paying for this?
This I just told you, the Daniel Leo Jr. guy and his father, Daniel Leo Sr., are the founders behind the company that is making this. And
do they have a background in theme parks? I'm going to look it up.
I just told you that. They're working
so
with
sorry.
PGAV.
I think I'm still thinking about that 80s section portal.
They're working with the group that created the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Where's this going to be?
Las Vegas. Shut up. All right, whatever.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Sorry.
$6 billion, though.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How much did Epic Universe cost? How much did that cost?
7, 8. Let's see.
So this is going to be high level if that's the case.
So let me guess, and I, in advance, apologize. Did they already give the year in which this is going to be open?
I don't see it here in the story that I'm looking at. It says an opening date for the park has not been announced just yet, but there's people talking about it. To me, it could be a genius idea. It really could.
Epic was between estimated 7 and 7.7 billion.
So this is along the same size?
It's close to it.
Yeah. It is like this is going to be a real full-fledged theme park if they pull it off.
But it's like Epic Universes has a lot of really high-tech rides that are themed on intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
What is the money going towards at this Vegas park? Are we talking... Are we having rides?
You're going to have rides. You're going to have like stuff to pull you into these different eras. And Sealand has already pointed out a very significant problem with performances in some of these particular years, like the decades, the 50s and the 60s.
Right.
You got who's the skeleton that's been playing around Vegas? And his family is just like propping him up on stage.
Rod Stewart?
Valley.
No,
Frankie Valley.
Frankie Valley might be available for a very limited time.
I thought Rod had a little Rod residency there for a second.
He did. They put him on that translucent chair so that everyone else that was directly in front of him thought he was standing up.
But would you spend your hard-earned money on this?
Oh, yeah. I still want to go to the Sphere.
And what would be the best bet here? Let us know your thoughts. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
Moses went to Wizard of Oz at the Sphere.
Did he really?
Yeah, he said it was real cool.
I saw a YouTube video, and it just auto-played in the background. I assure you it wasn't what I was trying to watch. It auto-played after another video I was watching. And the video was somebody who went to the Backstreet Boys inside the Sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I let it play because I had never really seen a concert or a bunch of clips from a concert in that venue. And it was mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Theirs visually is supposed to be one of the coolest.
who's doing all of that work? Who is creating the visuals? That must be the Sphere people.
No, it's whoever is hired on. I think what we're going to start seeing is there are people who are already very versed in creating like LED visuals for electronic music festivals, stuff like that, shows like with high dollar production value. And they're like, all right, here, you're already doing work on screens this big. Now, here are the dimensions of the Sphere. Do your best, you know?
It's crazy, man.
And the weird part is, how do you rehearse a thing like that without just going there? Like, as the visual director, as the creator of all the content that's going to be there, which is the reason people are going. Like, yes, it's cool to see the Backstreet Boys, but I think a lot of the eyes are not on them. And I think that's what a lot of the bands that these Sphere residencies, a lot of the bands that book these things are probably realizing, like, this is... Like, we are the biggest bands in the world, and it's been a while since we've played a concert where all the eyes were not on us at all times.
Not only is that true, C-Lane, but in the video I was watching, you could hear the crowd talking, and they weren't even reacting to the performance. They were reacting to the changes on the Sphere screen behind them.
Exactly.
And I've heard people that wanted to go see Backstreet Boys and, like, got up to front row and were disappointed that they did not buy something further back.
Oh, really? The venue is like completely opposite of every other venue because of this stuff. That's crazy.
Which is why I'm wondering if some bands have just been like, no, it's not for us. It's not really what we're into.
I just like,
absolutely.
I don't know how the Eagles are going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they have that great visual artist, designer that's going to make it cool for them. But
you have to have that. Otherwise, it's not worth it.
The Grateful Dead or just the Dead and Company.
I mean, but that makes sense.
Dead and Company
stuff.
Yeah, well, they've been doing it, and I've seen some of the clips of them playing, and most of the clips you see are you're seeing the screen here. Nobody's zooming in on the band for any of these performances, and you go, I know that the Dead have a pretty significant size catalog. And I'm like, did somebody create visuals for every single Dead song, plus all the covers that they do? Or are there just a couple there that they could just dial in, like, this kind of fits the mood. Let's switch to this one.
But don't you think that I think they could pull this off? I think if Dead and Co. was up there on the stage playing and they had these great visuals going on the Sphere, I feel like the band could walk off of the stage and people wouldn't notice 100%. For some extended period of time. They'd be like, whoa, whoa. And 15 minutes later, they're like, where are the people? Where's the band down there?
Look behind you.
A lot of people saying they would try this decades theme park that they're going to be building in Las Vegas to the tune of like $8 billion or so. Some people are saying that they tried this previously, like the Hard Rock did or something. I forgot where they said it happened, but somewhere else, somewhere in Florida, they attempted this and it failed.
No, somebody was mentioning the Disney hotels that were supposed to be, it was among the cheaper option for Disney hotels. Mm-hmm. And I think Pop Century was one of them or something. It's abandoned now.
The one that I saw them talking about, they said was a Hard Rock, and now the city owns it. That's not anywhere near what this would be if they could pull it off, because this will be on the level of a Universal Studios or a Disney with the budget that C-Lane mentioned if they are able to get the funding for it.
Hard Rock, and now the city owns it.
I don't know.
No clue.
They're wrong a lot over there, but I think they may have been onto something. The chat goes by a little fast, so I missed the actual details on that.
Send it again, bud.
Yeah, whoever said that on chat, pop it back over. All right, we will get to you here in just a moment. And as a matter of fact, let's work on a couple of your dispatches. We'll play one or two real quick. Here is here's Twin Pro with a dispatch. Let's go to that.
What's up, junkies? First of all, I just want to say you guys really make my driving around enjoyable, getting to listen to you guys.
Oh, good.
Second of all, how dare these athletes and crime families get involved with illegal gambling, using inside information to make millions and upon millions off of innocent American people. This is ridiculous. That is not a job for athletes. That is the job of politicians, and they are the only ones allowed to do that.
True.
They really need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
True, Twin Pro. I'm still thinking about that person that made like $100 million off of the Trump tariff news and betting against Bitcoin. Still thinking about that move. Is this from inside the Sphere? Bootsy Moonshine? Yeah.
I mean, that's dope.
I mean, it's incredible.
What do you even look at, man?
It looks like Avatar Land in the background. It feels like you're on a ride, and the band is about an inch high. And then 4,000 feet high is this massive screen with all this stunning graphics on it. It's crazy, man. There's a lot of stuff in Vegas, but still not enough to draw people in, I guess. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
What's still mind-blowing, too, about that is that a lot of people don't consider, like, they think of the Sphere, and then they're like, oh, there's video all around. It's that kind of experience. But every single LED panel 360 also has a special set of speakers in it. So it is like you're fully engulfed in it with sound as well and vibrations. And I guess with Wizard of Oz, they'll throw trash in your face.
Yep. That's crazy.
That's dope.
It is like very unique.
Why
it's
can't
a
we
very
get that,
unique
Orlando?
and cool
Come
thing.
on now.
Also,
we could do it.
Pretty expensive to drink there.
Yeah.
A beer will cost you $20 for domestic or $21 for premium.
Acid it is. Got it.
Wine, $21. This is from our friend Clark. Premium liquor. Also, they have the single price and the double price, and this is one of those places where the double price is indeed double the cost of the single. It's not like it's just a couple bucks more because premium liquor $17, deluxe $19, ultra liquor $21 or $42 for a double.
There's been some annoying pricing like that I've encountered as of late. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I saw just the other day, you go somewhere and they go, I said, I'll take a beer. And they go, okay, which one do you want? I go, I'll take this mango beer that you have. And they go, all right, would you like that in a 6 ounce? I go, how much is that? And they said the 6 ounce is $16. The 12 ounce is $17. I go, how your pricing structure? Yeah, like I see what you're doing here. You're like everybody's just pushed into the larger thing for $1 more, but There's a lot of that pricing. The difference between domestic and premium was the one that triggered me on that from the person that was texting you. But anyhow, I mean, I think all this stuff is fun. I'm surprised even more people aren't headed over there. Real quick, Sealan, you have a young boy wandering around your house.
Well, I mean, he's not at the moment.
Well, I should be
Also
more
his son.
specific.
Yeah,
I'm going to be more specific about it. Your young son Jackson, who's almost 2 years old, is usually wandering around your house.
Mm-hmm.
And with a little kid like that, you got to be sure they're not getting into stuff. Right?
Yes,
it's important.
Which he does try to get into stuff.
All right, I want you to keep that in mind because I'm going to tell you a story, a true story out of Texas, where some parents made a mistake and their kid got into something, and it's way worse than anything you've ever done. I guarantee you this will take your parenting abilities.
As a parent or just as a person?
All the way around, you're going to feel better about yourself after this. What did this toddler get into? You'll never guess it, but we'll get into it because we're talking about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio
The Monsters in the Morning.
Lube it up. Lube it up a little bit. There you go. That's right. You lube it up. Yeah, give him a lube job.
Oh, that could be your finishing move, the lube job.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
How about you check her oil?
You check her oil.
Yeah.
Not cute. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder getting cleared up on I-4 westbound, just past Darrell Carter Parkway. We might have crews on the roadways there. Other than that, on most of the major roadways, you won't be expecting much. Traffic's wide open on Florida's Turnpike, I-95. All you got to worry about on I-4 are those slowdowns between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Orange Emergency. HCA Florida West Orange Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit hcafloridahealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Very wonderful news to all of my home-owning friends. That mortgage guy, Don, offers HELOCs. That's right, home equity lines of credit. A way to unlock your giant skeletons in your backyard. And the best part, unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy, Don, has HELOC options as low as a 640.
Cosidia says, I thought he was going to talk about the young kid on I-4 walking around naked. We will talk about that in this segment. But the story I found is somehow more insane than that. Nah, different story. Console Bob. That's a different story, Console Bob. The story he's talking about is Uber driver or something, and the Uber driver found out that his kid was missing, and the kid was found like in his diapers and nothing else on I-4, which is just friggin' frightening. Chaos says, Sean, are you an enjoyer of Moist Critical? Seems like you two cover the same stories. I see clips of Moist Critical. I know of Moist Critical. I think he's, kind of interested in how he has so many subs, but like he is good at picking content. And I don't dislike him at all. I don't watch his videos mostly though. I will see other people watch his videos from time to time.
Go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lance and Ocala. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some other dealer.
Why?
They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah.
Bum ba bum. Welcome in everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're over on YouTube. Bless you. I'm going a little nuts because this white light does not match the other lights, but we'll fix that. And I would ask Sealand about it, but he's rocking out right now. Can you see on the grid?
For 60 months.
It's a crime to pay.
Currently rocking out.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lance and Ocala.
RCHill.com.
I can't tell what song he's singing, but he's singing something.
My testosterone is back, baby. Thanks to Red Mountain weight loss, man. It was really low. And
The lighting today is good? You mean when I'm over here? This is so confusing.
you feel a lot better. You don't feel
It's so confusing. And also, technically, the little screen should be fixed, but I don't know if it's screwing up anymore. Austin helped me fix that yesterday and got a little bit more light in this general area. And targeted the light over here at this desk. I started listening to old Dragnet radio shows from 1949. It's amazing how good they are, story and production, because they didn't have a lot to hide behind. I stand by. Courtney and I talked about this the other day. I said, for me, things that stick with me are old cartoons like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Darkwing Duck, these kind of cartoons that I watched a lot when I was a little kid. And then the next round, when Dylan was a little kid, watching shows like Drake and Josh and these other types of shows, you get down to like the simplicity of storytelling and how to, in the easiest way, tell a story to an audience. It's really important stuff, considering what the job is here. You know, in this job, we're supposed to be good at communicating, so I really like that stuff personally.
Special deal to help you improve efficiency and rake in more revenue. Service
2 minutes and we're back live.
For the trades is here to help simplify.
For those of you with kids in chat, some of you at least, what is the worst thing that your child got into? Now don't worry, judgment-free zone, kind of, probably not. But whatever you have as a story for something that your child got into, the story I'm going to tell is a whole lot worse. I promise you.
It's brimming with deals from big name brands and your favorite local spots.
Rick says, what about the 7-year-old in Texas that came home from school to find out his mom and her boyfriend moved out, taking all the furniture? I have that story here somewhere. I don't know if it was you or somebody else who sent it in, but we will talk about that.
Faster with mobile coupons you can use right now at valpack.com. Valpack. There's definitely something in it.
I'll write it down too, because we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that right after the next episode. We'll do Parents of the Day.
You still got it. But your immune system
Or Mother of the Day, I guess. My daughter stuck a bead in her ear. That is not your fault. Little kids just do it. I've told the story about when I put fireball candy in my nose and I got stuck in my nose for a whole day. Or at least a whole movie at the movie theater. I could not get it out. And then finally I went into the bathroom in the movie theater. I was like, "Hurrah!" as hard as I could. And it went boom and just smashed on the ground. It happens. Kids do that. Okay, we're coming back. Let's talk about what this child got into. I'm telling you. Whatever you did as parents, it does not stack up to this. Here we go.
The Peacemaker podcast is the story of a prestigious Missouri university rocked by a suicide.
Whenever I got through the window, I tried to pick him up, and his body was stiff.
The Peacemaker podcast is the story of a prestigious Missouri university rocked by a suicide cluster a few years back. Many victims were from the same fraternity, and every single one was close friends with a mysterious student named Brandon Grossheim.
The lawsuit says Grossheim was one of the last people to see each victim before their death.
Open your free iHeart app and search The Peacemaker and start listening.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
Viral Newsroom. Honestly, it's a pleasure to have you here. And if you want to learn more about the show or follow along, go to thenewsjunkie.com or thenewsjunkie.com/share. We're talking about parenting and making mistakes. Everybody does it. I've shared many of my parenting mistakes on this show. And honestly, most of them I do not think you should feel bad for. Everybody has a mistake where a kid comes back. Kid's like holding a beer can they found somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody freaks out.
I've had that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this kind of stuff happen too. All of a sudden, you look over and the kid's got it, and you go, "Oh no!" and you feel bad. But there's a lot of time that you have as a parent, especially if you're a good parent, where kids can get into stuff, and kids are just built to get into stuff. But you ain't seen nothing like what I'm about to share with you. All right, this is a real moment here, and C-Lane has
worse than like the kid just reaching over and maybe sticking his finger in Sabrina's Old Fashioned.
Oh, yeah. Worse than that.
That would be awful.
I think worse than that thing that definitely didn't happen with Jackson. Absolutely positively.
No.
Did not happen with Jackson. You tell me, though. There is a story out of San Antonio, Texas. This kid is 3 years old. All right. And mom comes home from work. And she puts some of the stuff she has from working that day on the counter. She's a little flabbergasted. She went by the grocery store before that, and she just kind of left her son as she was putting around the groceries and putting them up in the spots where she was supposed to. And as people do with 3-year-olds, they'll run around here and there, and you hope that they're distracted with an iPad or a television and they're safe. Every once in a while, you take your eyes off of them. But this toddler got into mommy's work. And this toddler ate mommy's work.
What does mommy do for work?
I'm curious.
Mommy is a microbiology lab technician.
Oh, God.
Mommy brought home a petri dish full of gonorrhea bacteria.
Baby's got gonorrhea.
And mom looks
Why
over and
is
goes,
mom bringing that home?
Mom looks over and goes, "What are you doing?" And the 3-year-old has the petri dish full of gonorrhea bacteria in his mouth, and he's like, "Nom, nom, 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 nom." Eating
You're supposed
the
to wait
gonorrhea.
until you're 17. Come on.
And the dish contained chocolate agar, a brownish medium used to grow bacteria that's made of split open red blood cells. It looked appetizing to the child. It looked like some kind of candy. And the kid starts diving in, and it was gonorrhea bacteria. And they had to bring the kid, of course, to the hospital and report the whole thing to the CDC.
Jeez.
Like, oh, my God. Of all the things, I mean, it's better than a gun. It's better than some kind of a drug overdose or something.
How do you explain to daycare that your kid has gonorrhea?
Yeah, and when you say your kid has an STD, real bad thoughts start floating around, okay? I start, whoa. And I can explain. I just brought the gonorrhea back from the lab I work at.
No, it's fine. He got it from his mother.
Oh, man. But the toddler's okay. The 3-year-old is okay. They didn't say whether he had any symptoms from this, but the Center for Disease Control reported it.
It's generally not deadly if treated promptly. However, in rare cases, and this is certainly a rare case, gonorrhea can lead to serious complications that can be life-threatening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, he's little. Yeah, like a little kid getting that kind of stuff. It's really tough. But
and also, if she's researching it and she's got the bacteria in the petri dish, you got to think that this is like a concentrated dose of gonorrhea.
Yeah, this ain't just a little gonorrhea.
Usually, how do I put this lightly? Usually, if a man were to give somebody gonorrhea, it would be just a small part of the entire gift, if you will.
I don't like the direction this is heading.
Neither do I.
I don't.
It would just be an ingredient in the.
No. Parents, if you've had close calls like this, let us know what happened in your case. Don't worry, everybody makes mistakes like this. Yours wasn't as bad as this one here at the lab or with the lab lady. Let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. This in the same week, somebody pointed this out on chat saying there was a father who I think was like an Uber driver, and they found his toddler nude on I-4, just wandering around the interstate.
Gonorrhea?
And that kid did not have gonorrhea. No, thankfully. No, he was okay with that. But it was in the middle of that interstate and risking, obviously, grave danger in this circumstance. So, yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff does absolutely happen. And if it's happened to you, don't worry. We're not going to be super duper judgmental. Probably just a little bit judgmental, though. Send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
I guess I just didn't realize that that's something you take home with you when you're in that line of work. There's a lot of things that you can do at home for very many jobs. I work from home at this job a whole lot. My wife works from home for her job for, a lot of the things that she's able to do that aren't hands-on. This seems like one of those things that you should stay at the lab.
Yeah, I would say so. Or at least now moving forward, let's keep it at the lab. That might be good.
Or is like, at this place where she works at this lab, do they have a hierarchy of what can go home and what 100% has to stay?
Do you have to check out the gonorrhea?
Oh, yeah.
What are you leaving with?
What's in your bag there? Like, no, it's cool. It's just a little gonorrhea.
Yeah, nothing, no big deal. It just says coronavirus.
It'll be back on Monday.
Danielle emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, News Junkie. I'm a podcast listener, so I'm a little behind. I was just listening to the episode where you talked about American Airlines using buses instead of airplanes. I was recently working up in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and would fly back and forth every week with a connection through Philadelphia. The first time I flew in, we got on a bus, and I thought the bus was going to take us to our aircraft, but nope. The bus took us to...
Okay, it says bus on your reservation. Like, I get maybe you fly so much that you just don't look at the stuff, or maybe somebody else booked it for you, but to just get on there and go, well, let's go. Can't wait to get to our plane.
I like how she says, nope, the bus took us on the remaining 2.5 hours of our trip to the Wilkes Airport. Did you think like halfway through, like, how far away is this airplane? Like,
no, you check your boarding pass at some point.
At the Philadelphia airport, they had 5 other bus routes that would leave at the same time to different locations in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. So you got to be careful. If you're flying American Airlines, you might end up on a bus. Love the show. You guys are awesome. Danielle, thank you for the email. Now it's your turn. Email the show. Tips, TIPS, @thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Axl Rose is making headlines for trading the jungle for a welcome to my grown man hissy fit. Another edition of You Only Had One Job, and this job 1000% had access to spell check, autocorrect, and Google. Yet here we are. Plus, we now know what Amazon paid to own James Bond, and a hint, 00 times 3, not shaken. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Thursday, we are going to be expecting a really pleasant and very beautiful day. We'll be planning for plenty of sunshine, lower humidity, and pleasant temperatures. Highs will be right around normal with a high of 84 degrees in Orlando. Plan for low humidity and sunshine all the way into our Friday and Saturday before clouds build in ahead of our next round of rain, which is set to arrive Sunday and into Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Orange Emergency. HCA Florida West Orange Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Havoc's been unleashed at SeaWorld Orlando's Hollow Scream, igniting scorching new fears no soul can escape. With 11 horrifying haunts, including 3 all-new haunted houses, 4 new scream-inducing scare zones, 4 pulse-pounding nighttime rides, and an all-new sinister show, Throttle. Select dates through November 1st. Discover why SeaWorld's Hollow Scream is one of USA Today's top theme park Halloween events. Save up to 60% on tickets. Hurry. Offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. I don't know if you've heard on the news, but the utility companies are proposing the largest utility rate increases in U.S. history. Historic price hikes are coming, so you need to act now. New solar options can help you save a lot of money, and I only suggest going to Solar Source. This is a great company. They have packages now as low as $89 a month. They guarantee annual performance, maintenance included, no money down, immediate maximum savings on your power bill from Solar Source. Trusted by over 70,000 Central Florida homeowners. Don't wait. Lock in your savings.
Hello.
Florida's best. That's why they've been around since 1994.
How are you?
And they're someone you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems right here in Central Florida, and they are the industry leader when it comes to 25-year warranties at Solar Source. It's solarsource.com/monsters. Act today. Solarsource.com/monsters. You tell them Russ and the Monsters sent you, and you're going to have more savings. Solar Source.
Folks, we're back in 2 minutes. I know, it's crazy. Trump has pardoned Binance co-founder Changpeng Zhao, who pleaded guilty to a money laundering charge in 2023. Little bit of breaking news for you. Little tidbit Reno, as it were.
Or visit the membership center at the Castleberry Exchange Shopping Center. Limited time offer, new members only. BJ's, absurdly simple savings.
I think the lights are better for the moment. I'm going to tweak a little bit, and then the light project will be the game changer. Which I think is dope, because there's been so many iterations of this studio, and I've risen everything up quite a bit, but the lights have always been the struggling point. It's like everything is top-notch, better equipment than 99.99% of even broadcast outlets, TV stations, or radio stations have. And then, like, lights that just do the trick, kind of. So I'm excited to probably end of this year, beginning of next year, completely revamp that.
Are you tired of online threats?
1 minute, we're coming back live.
It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection.
You need a light on the wall facing you? Yeah.
Or encrypt your traffic. So get
Until I don't, Austin. Until we have lights in the whole room. When we have that, I don't think I will. So I think we can skip that for now, because it will be fixed when the final plan is activated. I know that sounds a little rough, but the final plan.
All for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Apartment inside your Macy's store, where you can find the latest fall looks, all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Your radio just got a digital upgrade.
With the free iHeartRadio app, you can save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts.
With easy presets.
It's your personal audio passport. Get what millions already have.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
In the world of entertainment and beyond. And real quick, before we get to that, we will, of course, get to your feedback that's coming in on a lovely Thursday here. Keep sending it over via dispatch or email. One thing I want to talk about very, very quickly before the next episode is this is so cool. And I don't know if anybody who's listening is going to be able to toy with this just yet, but Amazon has unveiled these smart glasses that they have for their delivery drivers now, and they are awesome. I mean, they look a little goofy. They look a little goof troop, but they are so awesome.
Oh my gosh, goof troop is not a term I've heard in a long time.
I call it band name.
They said Amazon announced on Wednesday, this is TechCrunch saying this,
that they're developing AI-powered smart glasses for their delivery drivers. The idea behind the glasses is to give them a hands-free experience that reduces the need to keep looking between their phone, the package and they're delivering, and their surroundings. And they show like what it would look like. And it says the address on the glasses in like AR. And it says how many packages are supposed to go together. And then when you're walking through the delivery area, it will tell you exactly where the drop-off point is at that house. And it gives like all this really pertinent information.
That's nice.
In the glasses for the Amazon drivers. I don't know if they've got you toying with this or testing this or if it's too early for that. Very, very cool. Very cool. And they said it will help you find the stuff in your delivery car, put it where it's supposed to be, take a photo of it and all that without ever having to take out your phone.
Oh, that's cool.
And chronicle any of this information.
Forgive me if you said this. Is it something that they're meant to drive with?
I think they just put it on when they get to the delivery, because that's what it
sounds
seems to be.
annoying for the driver. Like I would think it would be better if it was something that it could enhance the driving experience as well. Mm-hmm. Without being too distracting. And
that could be, yeah. I can see how that would work too.
Like, we had that story about the person with Apple Vision that got pulled over that was driving with it, and they're like, yeah, but the camera passes through, and I'm like, that you're right, but I still don't think that's a good enough excuse.
If you can't shoot a free throw wearing it, then you can't see well enough to drive wearing it. All right,
I can't shoot a free throw not wearing any glasses.
Loser.
Yeah, well.
All right, here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
No, it's cool. It's just a little gonorrhea.
Nothing. Weather's nice.
It didn't even occur to me.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com. That's the website. And also, big shout out, thanks, kudos, and all of the things to him for being one of the sponsors for the upcoming just 1 week away roast of Sean Wilson. The big cookout, we'll call it.
Yeah.
You're going to be well done, charred.
I'm excited.
And to Just Call Mo as well. And if you are looking to buy yourself a new house, maybe refinance the house you already own, HELOCs, reverse mortgages, start a business or expand the one you already own, work with someone who's got your back, an expert, but also your buddy. So go to thatmortgageguyDon.com to get the process started today.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
I feel old when I read this, and I imagine you both will as well, Sean and C-Lane. 21 years ago, 2004.
21, all right.
This happened.
Once again, Ashley Simpson.
Oh, God.
Isn't that nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Just wait for it.
When she did the little dance off.
And that's right. She was caught faking it on Saturday Night Live and then did this weird polka shuffle off the stage.
Sucks.
And then said something like, what can I say? Live TV.
As a matter of fact, she did say and blamed it on something. I will give 7 points.
Acid reflux.
No
Christopher
way.
Lane, that is correct.
Is it really?
Acid reflux. Which, why haven't we been using that excuse for the last 21 years?
I have
acid reflux.
Pretty bad acid reflux, and there was somebody who I was romantically involved with at the time who kept calling me Ashley Simpson.
What a turn of events, considering
girl.
Your wife's name.
And her name.
All comes together, doesn't it?
Look at that. And this man does not seem to change, but a rock legend is now making headlines after an on-stage meltdown that, as I read this out loud, I need to send to you.
Okay. Oh, Axl Rose.
Axl Rose is right. It's not you're all going to die, is you're all going to have to dodge stuff I throw at you if you're the new drummer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. No more Duff, or did Duff die?
Duff is no longer with him.
Oh.
TBD on death or just quit. Axl Rose appeared to throw his microphone at the new drummer Isaac Carpenter and his drum kit in Argentina. The 63-year-old frontman also kicked the bass drum and stormed off stage after singing the chorus for the opening number, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, that was the first song when this started going?
And he goes, so I'll just try and wing this. It sounds like Ashley Simpson, polka dance. According to TMZ, Rose was not angry at Carpenter's drumming. Rather, he was upset with technical issues and allegedly could only hear the percussion instruments in his earpiece. So why not throw a projectile at the new drummer?
I feel like he's probably got a curse in this, is he not?
I'll
play it if he's not.
I don't know.
By the way, Duff is the bassist, still with us. I got that one wrong.
Okay.
Duff McKay.
Oh, he's kicking the drums right now. Throwing stuff at the drums. I mean, he sounds all right. Throwing stuff at the audience. All right, he's probably going to curse.
Yeah.
I just feel like it could happen.
Opening song and that big of a hissy fit, just go with it. What happened to the show must go on?
I really
You're throwing
enjoyed
stuff at a drummer?
Really enjoyed the caption that said, "Crash Out Axl is back."
And he's going to try to scrub the internet out of all of it. So.
He's really pissed. Look at this part right here, just for those of you watching on YouTube. He goes backstage and he tries to like slam a door that's not really a door. Right here, you'll see him.
Idiot.
He's right here. He's walking off stage. It's like slamming like a canvas door.
It's 2 sheets.
Like slamming a tent shut, you know?
Unreal.
Well,
Chill out.
If the problem is he can only hear the drums in his in-ear, well, then he's running to the side where probably that mixer is.
Yeah.
And yelling at them and throwing
Yes.
whatever else he can get his hands on?
He sounded fine to me. I'll put this up on See It Now as well. I put the Amazon glasses up there too.
Was very surprised at how high he's hitting those jungle notes.
Carpenter, the new drummer, was in AWOL Nation. Oh wait, that's Sale, right?
Yeah.
And
are they not around anymore?
You're asking questions that are not.
All right, I'm sorry.
You are not in the AWOL Nation fan club, obviously. All right.
Longtime drummer Frank Furrer is not dead. His exit was described as amicable. So we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
God damn it, if the text don't get this right next time. Me. That was really good. Should I do it again?
Was it?
If you thought that was good, imagine misspelling Michael Keaton's name when you just have one job.
Oh, wait, we used to have a thing for this.
Did you find it?
We have done 2, 3.
One job. So it was during the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame plaque ceremony given to Michael Keaton.
Oh,
so
they
it
did it on the
was
plaque?
permanently on the plaque. He was part of the inaugural class, so the first time around.
It's obviously not Michael, right?
What do
They
you
didn't get that wrong, did they?
Oh, yeah. They absolutely
They got his
Michael
first name wrong?
How do you spell Michael?
Michael.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy for me. It's my middle name.
Micheal. And then they went Michael.
No, AEL is the way it's normally spelled.
They switched the A and the E.
Okay.
Oh, so they did it the wrong way. I have dyslexia. The executive director said, "I'm so sorry that this happened. He was so gracious when he was here. He was so expressive about his love for Pittsburgh and the people here. I can only hope he shows some grace and forgive me for this faux pas." Or as Sabrina would read it, pas faux. She says a new plaque will be created very quickly and hopefully spelled correctly.
Be a real son of a bitch if they did it twice.
Tell me about it. And sometimes if you just do it once, you're left with a lifetime of it coming back. And of course, I'm talking about STDs.
Yeah, a lot of that on the show today.
A reality TV casting director says that STD testing disqualifies a whole lot of people from making the cut, which I think we should be grateful for.
Well, okay, what do
also,
they consider?
How many people have STDs?
Yeah, do they consider something that you might just have for like a weekend an STD and you can't get on the show? Or
She says her name is Kristen Moss. She talked about what it takes to make the cast. If you're living in a house, you're going to have to go through a background check, psych test. People are going to be exploring each other sexually, so there's going to be STD tests. You can imagine that knocks out quite a few people. Next time you're watching your favorite reality show and you think to yourself, I wonder how many diseases that gross pig has, the answer is 0. But I am imagining that they're going to cover all of it.
Not one person with like a frothy chlamydia case?
Ew, first of all, that might have been the nastiest thing you've ever said. Frothy
Well,
chlamydia?
I mean, I would imagine that would be the way. Not one person? It's got to be somebody.
No, I think even if it's not an STD that follows you the rest of your life and your genital areas, you just can't be on the show.
Is the test they do the one where on the gentleman callers where they take the Q-tip and...
No, they don't do that anymore.
No?
No.
Oh, praise the Lord. Wow, okay, good.
Oh, I thought you loved that one.
No.
Frothy gonorrhea.
The same doctor who told me that they were going to give me the Michael Jackson drugs explained to me that the STD test has gotten a lot easier, and when he was an intern, he had to swab a lot of penises.
Who is this guy?
I don't know. I miss him. He was a great doctor.
Let's get him on the show. I have questions for this man.
He's the one with the framed Q-tips on his living room wall. Nothing to do with frothy STDs whatsoever, but my segue nonetheless. We now have the number when it comes to James
007
Bond. We found out early this year that Amazon had gained creative control over the James Bond franchise, and they did that weird thing, replacing all the thumbnails that had guns in them with other non-gun James Bond pictures.
Just fingers sometimes.
Finger guns, yeah. This was a few years after Amazon spent $8.5 billion on MGM Studios. Now, there's some forward momentum when it comes to the new Bond movie at last. Denis Villeneuve is behind the wheel. There was also some talks about what they required for anyone that was going to audition to be the new James Bond, which was insane. It was like, you have to have 12 abs, without a doubt, and a British accent.
That's a lot.
But now a new report puts a what they're calling surprisingly low price tag on the creative rights of James Bond.
Wow.
Any idea?
I would think that it would be really significant. Surprisingly low is very surprising to me.
I mean, they did spend billions on MGM.
Yeah.
So what is James Bond, the creative rights, costing them?
I mean, if the creative rights to James Bond aren't $100 million, that would be stunning to me, I think.
Consider yourself stunned.
Okay.
All right. $12 million.
Not that stunned. Sean?
Okay, this just means the ability to make the next one. Is that what it means?
I assume. 20. Jinx. $20 million indeed. Deadline is the source explaining that Eon Productions, the company controlled by Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Is it broccoli or broccoli?
I have no idea.
I'm
not looking at it.
Has filed.
The guy who fires her. We'll be chopping broccoli.
Is that from The Office?
Chopping broccoli.
Filed an earnings report in the UK revealing that Amazon MGM Studios paid $20 million for the stake of 007. What's that from, C-Lane? So
Saturday Night Live.
Sleep well. On the boob tube, we have got the following: $20 million a pop. The big game, football baby.
Yeah.
Who's playing? I'll put 12 points on the board.
Who's playing?
Who's playing?
Tonight? Oh, God. Tonight it's the...
Obviously.
It's the San Francisco 49ers.
But you are closer than you think.
The San Diego Chargers.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
I'll give the point to C-Lane. Just 6 of those. Who are they playing against?
Minnesota Vikings.
And that's all 12 to C-Lane.
How am I supposed to know when these teams move around from city to city?
7th season premiere of The Kardashians on Hulu. NCIS, Tony and Ziva are seeing their first season finale. Good for them.
Yes.
911, Law & Order SVU, 911, SVU, Law & Order 911. And you can catch Kristen Bell and Dave Franco on Fallon. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
2 things real quick. One, Kristen Bell was supposed to be on another late night show, I think, and she ditched.
I mean, everyone had a real...
Because of that stupid post?
Yeah, it was really dumb. It was like, her husband
I haven't killed my husband yet.
Yeah, or like haven't killed my wife.
Yeah, he or she quoted him, but that's also one of like the go-to maid of honor or best man speeches. Like statistically speaking, the husband
is dumb.
Yeah, and so but they lost their minds and now are getting a whole lot of heat for it.
Oh, and you know the most like stupid heat for this that I go, it's not up to every one of us to know this at all times. Mm-hmm. It's really stupid. They go, this was so insensitive of her to post during Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Okay,
all right.
October is chock full of months I did not know about.
Real quick on the 007 James Bond front, one of my favorite stories, I believe, that came out in the last week or so was they were saying Tom Holland was kind of close to locking in the James Bond role
Spider-Man?
at 007. And somebody goes, Tom Holland, he has way bigger Spy Kids energy than 007 energy. I was like...
I mean, he's like a Jimmy B more than a James Bond.
It's like, I could totally see that. It's like, you're not quite to James Bond territory yet, sir.
Cute. I love
He's great.
Tom Holland.
He's great. I've heard some interviews with him. Seems like a nice guy, but probably not James Bond.
That's funny.
All right, when we come back, we'll get to you. We've got a bunch of things. One thing, somebody sent in this story. Mother of the Day.
Now?
Real big potential, I think. You guys might shoot this down, but I think decent potential for Mother of the Year frontrunner.
Wow.
I really
think
do.
You're trying to give out that award real quick.
We'll see. You will see what you think about it, but this Mother of the Day story is coming up next on the News Junkie.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You might start getting caught up in some familiar delays starting to pile up on I-4. There's some off-ramp backup from I-4 westbound to State Road 408. Keep left to avoid those delays eastbound and westbound on I-4. Troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866.
My goodness!
68477 from the traffic center. James.
So weird to see you here.
It is sponsored by HCA.
I wasn't expecting a visit. And you're in your underwear.
Winter Garden is
Very weird.
open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com.
Our Mother of the Day coming up in a second.
HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care.
Hey, how you doing? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button if you don't mind. Both of those. Keep them handy dandy. I appreciate it much.
Contest on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules. In a Greenway Kia, for over 23 years, my family's been.
We will get into a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But we'll get into a little bit of the fireworks at the New York mayoral debate. Some pretty good goofs and gaffes, some stunts, some sparks flying between the folks who are trying to become the next mayor of New York. Which, let's just be real, there might be 3 people on the stage, but Curtis Silva, you are not going to be the next mayor of New York City. Curtis Silva, you might have a beret on, and it might be a raspberry beret, but you are not going to be the Prince of New York City, my friend.
I'm worth a lot more. You are worth more. In your
I can see you, Chaos. I can see you. I can see you.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment. Every Friday.
I was banned for a joke that was good if you watched You Witness a Murder.
All 3 Corona Cigar Company
The
locations.
Steppenby says, joke's on you, I'm going commando. I know.
Learn more. Corona
I didn't want to say anything. Little awkward, but I didn't want to say anything. They had fireworks at a debate. That sounds pretty cool. Not actual fireworks, though. If you did get like owned by another one of the candidates and tossed an M80 over, that might be a pretty fun thing to do during a debate.
Your ticket to Big
Thank you,
Cities
Skip.
is that big blue envelope in your mailbox. Valpak. It's brimming with deals from big name brands and your favorite local spots. Dining, services, stuff you're already buying, all for less. And you could score $100 or other instant prizes just for opening it.
Mother of the Day in just minutes.
Mobile coupons you can use right now at Valpak.com. Valpak. There's definitely something in it for you.
And want to get to the latest in the, well, it's becoming like a fight now over the demolition and the construction work at the White House. Some people are apparently upset about this. Everything has to be a fight politically, but we'll get into the actual interesting stuff that's going on there. Mr. Felix says, Tom Holland is Bond. Haha, no effing way. He still looks like a boy even though he's 30. Daniel Craig made it harder to replace his Bond. He was the toughest and hottest Bond ever. The hottest of the Bonds, says Mr. Felix. Hottest Bond. I could definitely Bond it up. I mean, wait, is this Charlie's Angels? Am I doing Charlie's Angels or Bond? Or neither? Am I doing neither? Neither is definitely an option. Debates are a waste of time. Neither side ever answers the questions. Keith, debates can be a waste of time. I don't think they were for our last presidential election. 2 minutes. I was banned for a joke says the White House probably needs to be renovated. I just like this administration, but that place probably needed a facelift. Talking about this, I think Courtney was like, or somebody said, it might look like inside of the Playboy Mansion. And I don't know, it's constantly had work done on it over the years. Obama built out a bunch of stuff. Some presidents, before have made some pretty big changes. This is a huge change, but it seems like it's privately funded. So that means you don't have to go through the whole rigmarole, and you could just get the private funding, build out whatever you want on the White House. I just would hope they would get it done quickly. Like the only thing I give a shit about, and I barely give a shit about it, but the only thing I care about is I don't want our White House in a state of demolition for too long. I think our White House should be looking good. 90 seconds. It's giving little boy playing cops and robbers. True. He's a sweet guy, though. He seems like a sweet guy, doesn't he? Tom Holland? He seems like a nice guy. Okay, we're coming back, everybody. Here we go.
Let that happen. We fought and recovered $1 million. If the insurance company is turning its back on you, we're here to stand by your side and fight for the justice you deserve. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
Reese Impact Windows are guaranteed for life and transferable when you sell. ReeseWindows.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The Tampa Bay Bucks are in New Orleans to face the Saints this Sunday. Coverage starts at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
Wait till you hear this. God. I'm telling you, I think Mother of the Day potential, Mother of the Year potential, actually, on this story. But that's just a few steps away. First, I want to tell you, you can join the show, as always. And if you're somebody who's a little scared, a little hesitant, don't worry. Start with an email. Just put your name in an email or put anonymous on top of the email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. As we go into this territory, brace yourself. It's time for our Mother of the Day here.
Mother of the Day.
Two things come to mind. One is, in this particular police department, they still do the old-fashioned thing where you take the mugshot and they make you hold the slate
that's fun.
in front of you.
Small
because
town.
I'm seeing these two folks. The story for this definite Mother of the Day, potentially Mother of the Year, chat, you can vote and tell us if you think this has potential. But parents allegedly move out of house without telling their 12-year-old child.
C-Lane. Why are you laughing so hard?
What kind of move is that? This poor kid, it says, a 12-year-old boy returned home from school. So he went to school. He returns home. The house is empty, and his parents moved away without telling him.
First of all, record for quickest move.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I moved, I had to prepare like 3 weeks ahead of time and box everything up. There was no indication.
Is it possible that the kind of parents who would move away without telling their 12-year-old didn't have a lot of stuff?
It could be.
Still in boxes from the last place?
I mean, this is
the
a
thing.
real,
Like when I moved last, you
left Jackson at the old place. I remember
when we had Cento come in and they did a bang up job, and we're very quick. I mean, all in one day. It was amazing. But we still had to box everything up. Like for the week or two leading up to the move, my house was littered in boxes.
People are saying, haven't we all fantasized about this? Come on. A 12-year-old boy. And I wonder, did they make him think this was a Home Alone moment? Like, I made my family disappear and he comes back.
Or is this like the 7th time he's been left somewhere?
I know my wife has fantasized about this, but I'm the 12-year-old boy.
In Copperas Cove,
Mommy.
In Texas, a 12-year-old boy returned home from school to discover an empty house after his parents allegedly moved away without telling him. According to police reports obtained by Fox 44, police were contacted by a 12-year-old child that said he came home from school to find his home completely empty. Not only was the child's mother, Erica Renee Sanders, and her boyfriend nowhere to be found, the house had also been cleared out. The child said they had discussed moving at some point, but he was not told it would be happening anytime soon. And they said the couple had kicked the 12-year-old out of the house multiple times in the past. My God, I'm trying to see if there's any video reports of this so we can learn a bit more. This kid at 12 had been kicked out of the house multiple times, and the parents
How did they even
just
contact the police?
I don't know. There's nothing behind. There's nothing, I that is really crazy to me. But this is true.
Is he an only child, or they took the rest of the kids, and that's even more messed up?
That would be quite the statement. The child said that they discussed moving at some point, but he did not know it was happening. Investigators contacted the mother and her boyfriend by phone. They said the child was supposed to be picked up by his uncle. The couple would not give out the uncle's information when prompted, though. And they said he had no idea when they finally did reach an uncle what the hell they were talking about. The couple then reportedly refused to disclose their new address to Child Protective Services. And they said that during questioning, the boyfriend complained at length about the girlfriend's child. They both were arrested on charges of abandoning or endangering a child.
I love that they refuse to give the address as if they cannot get that information almost immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
If they're renters, it might be a little difficult.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say about that. That's absolutely unhinged that would happen, but it looks to be a true story in this case. So I wouldn't be surprised if this mother pops back up for Mother of the Year at some point in time, because she put on quite a performance there alongside this boyfriend. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. People are freaking out. They'll fight over anything these days. They really will. And they're fighting over some of the work at the White House. The demolition underway.
That's a big one.
Yeah, they're fighting about this. I don't know because I haven't done a tour of the White House. Anybody done a tour of the White House?
No.
Never even been in D.C.
I haven't done a tour of the White House, so I don't know. Like, maybe if you did a tour, you'd go, this place is a stinker.
Dusty.
And
I imagine it's a
needs to be
little crusty. Like, there's a lot of velvet that has been around for many years.
I wouldn't be surprised if it needed a little upgrade. I mean, it's had some upgrades over the years. I'll get to those in a second. But the entire East Wing, gone, done, smashed out of there. Now it's just rubble on the ground, and they're going to be replacing this. So some people got upset. Now, Trump says that this is privately funded, which if it's privately funded, that seems fine. That
They got
seems like a good
donors,
thing.
I think, right?
Yeah, if there's people
Allegedly.
who wanted to fund this, so it doesn't even charge the taxpayers anything, that's great as far as I'm concerned.
Why is he putting that money into what will not be his house in 3-4 years? 4 years, 5 years?
He wants to, in my estimation, Trump wants to do things that stick around after he's gone, like
Space Force.
Space Force, Gulf of America. Some of these will be changed back by the next, president, whoever's in the White House. But he's going to build this monument in Washington, D.C. that they've been talking about. I think he wants to do things to build like a legacy. And then if you do enough things, the next person, no matter how dedicated, will be hard-pressed to reverse every single one of them. But here he was talking about this. Let's see if there's a reason to find some controversy in this.
Demolished because you had said initially that the ballroom would just touch or would not.
Well,
touch
certain areas are being certain areas are being left. We determined that after really a tremendous amount of study with some of the best architects in the world, we determined that really knocking it down, trying to use a little section. The East Wing was not much. There was not much left from the original. It was over the course of 100 years, it was changed. The columns were removed, and it was a much different building. Then a story was added on in 1948, 1949. There was a story added on, which was not particularly nice. And the building was very, very much changed from what it was originally. It was never thought of as being much. It was a very small building.
It's not anymore.
He is throwing some shade at the past architectures.
I don't know if he's right or wrong. Maybe it's a dump in there. Maybe it's not. He's got the new plans, though. He's got the renderings here. And you will be 0% shocked by the fact that
it's covered in gold.
All gold.
There's a lot of gold. Yeah. There's a lot of gold involved in this.
The ballroom. I think there'll be nothing like it. And it's being paid for 100% by me and some friends of mine, donors. To it. The government's paying.
Good if true.
Absolutely nothing. We're also working with the military on it because they want to make sure everything's perfect, and the military is very much involved in this.
What?
They want to make sure everything.
He's grabbing another design paper.
Interiors.
It's a lot of gold.
It's an interior of the ballroom, and it's the highest level.
What is
happening? And you see, it goes beautifully with the White House. I mean, the mix is beautiful. So
it's going to be like $200 million, but if he's telling the truth about somebody else paying for it, that's thumbs up.
Now,
in my territory.
Would it have to be one, or two very rich donors, giant lump sum, or is it like the folks that are part of the emailing list that have to answer a questionnaire and give $25?
I don't know. I don't think he was clear about that. He did say that some of his money might be going in. He's like, me and some other donors, the taxpayers are not going to pay anything for this.
Do the donors get their names on different sections of the...
Absolutely not.
Of the thing?
I don't know. You should get a table or something, or like a tile on the floor or something. Then it got testy because a reporter was needling at him.
I just want a quick follow-up on that question. Your response to people who say that you haven't been transparent enough about this.
I haven't been transparent?
That's some of your critics feel it should
I've shown this to everybody that would listen. Third-rate reporters didn't see it because they didn't look. You're a third-rate reporter, always have been. So third-rate reporters didn't look, but anybody that asked, these pictures have been in newspapers. They've been all over the place, and we're very proud of it. It's gotten great reviews. It's gotten really great reviews. So.
Where on Yelp? Who's reviewing it?
TripAdvisor.
I can't review it until I actually get to go in there, and that would require a tour. I would like to be shown this whole place. I want to see the whole thing.
Unrelated to the robbery at the Louvre, but there will be some new gems involved from an anonymous donor for sure.
Possibly, yeah.
Louvre.
Speaking of that, let me see. Do we have time? Yeah, we have time.
Oh, they do have the list of donors released.
Oh, do they? Who's donating to this?
Let's see. Some
That's
familiar
good.
ones.
I mean, that's a good thing. If it's not taxpayer dollars, it's
Altria
great.
Group, Amazon, Apple, Booz Allen Hamilton, Caterpillar, Coinbase, Comcast, Hard Rock International.
I have money in most of those right now.
Google, HP, Lockheed Martin, Meta, Microsoft, Micron, Nextera Technologies, T-Mobile.
Fascinating. Oh, T-Mobile.
So it's corporate donations.
Couple foundations. The Winklevoss twins.
Wow.
Throwback.
Yeah, look at that.
I haven't heard those names in a while.
Are we going to get anything from the guy? Trump just pardoned the Binance guy, I believe. I don't know if he's going to be tossing any. I would expect it. If you've been pardoned, I would expect that you toss a little bit of money up in there, too.
Update, the Winklevoss twins are off because they tried to sue saying that the ballroom was their idea.
Facebook joke. It's a Facebook joke. Yeah, it's a. Ladies and gentlemen, you can get even more of this. If you haven't had enough of it already, there's more of this coming up in just a moment on the show. Be part of this by joining us with a dispatch. Record yours over at thenewsjunkie.com or send an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. As I always tell you, if you want to be anonymous, just put that up on top of the email, and then I'll do my best not to blab or yap your name out loud. I don't want to do that if you don't want it out there, but that way everybody can be involved, whether you want to record yourself or not. So send that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, when we return, I've got an update from the NBA and this big gambling situation. We got some of the highlights and shocking moments from the mayor debate that they had in New York and in New York City last night, which was pretty crazy. And we got a whole bunch more to get through before the end of the show today. So stick with us. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Company for your ride home. Doing their best to help you forget the hell that is I-4. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Look out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail at Hope Street on the major roadways. Traffic's wide open on most of them, although you're going to start running into some familiar delays piling up on I-4. Slowdowns getting through the city and delays between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks, all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
I'm just going to read this headline here. It says that the tropical storm or Hurricane Melissa, a recipe for disaster for parts of Caribbean, but Florida not out of the woods yet. And if that's the case, if Florida isn't out of the woods and Central Florida ends up being the path that this hurricane takes, well, you can find yourself in a very annoying, uncomfortable...
Oh no! Breaking news! Breaking news, everybody. President Trump has confirmed that he is not going to deploy the National Guard to San Francisco after making a deal with the mayor of San Francisco. Trump says the following, all right? Trump says the federal government was preparing to surge San Francisco, California, but friends of mine who live in the area called last night to ask me not to go forward with the surge and that the mayor, Daniel Lurie, was making substantial progress. I spoke to Mayor Lurie last night and he asked very nicely that I give him a chance to see if he can turn it around. I told him I think he's making a mistake because we could do it much faster and remove the criminals that the law does not permit him to remove. I told him it's an easier process if we do it faster, stronger, and safer, but let's see how you do. So basically he says, we will not surge San Francisco on Saturday. And I told you there had been reports even as of, I think this week, from the Wall Street Journal that San Francisco is making some improvements. They got a lot of work to do, but I mean, that would be good. Trump not going to surge San Francisco. And now when Trump says his friends called him and asked that not happen, who are we talking about? Bay Area, San Francisco, tech titans, Peter Thiel, Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman. My guess is you're talking about some of those folks saying, hey, the mayor is just finally coming around. We're finally seeing some progress. Two Poodle says, my 24-year-old son damaged my 2024 Taos. My 20-year-old daughter said, please tell Daddy you did it. I don't want him yelling it. Okay. I hate it when I get excited and I surge my pants. Yeah. Yep. Speaking of surging in your pants, I got a story for that coming up in jury duty. Don't think I can pay off that tease? Try me. Known Badger says if he privately funds it, who says he spends all the money on it is probably what happens. Well, I mean, this is a conspiracy. You understand that, right? You've created a conspiracy. I say if there's going to be work done on the White House and very, very wealthy people will pay for it as opposed to us, the taxpayers, that's good. That's good. I like that. I don't want him raiding the coffers. I don't want him taking taxpayer dollars. Even if it's for stuff like that. Don't want it. This seems better.
Driving high will get you a DUI, and it could mean costly deductions.
I was banned for a joke says it's extremely disturbing how normalized mainstream media has accepted troops in our streets. Not good. What do you mean by mainstream media? Do you think media coverage has been like, well, this is a perfectly normal, observable thing here, but there's no problems with this. What are you watching?
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need sign-up
Okay.
from Vix.
We have 1 minute and we're coming back live. I want to hit on a couple of things, a couple of zingers, a couple of moments from the New York mayoral debate and see what you think about that. And then we'll move on. We got jury duty coming up with some wild stories. Honest to God. Buckle up for that.
Don't be scared. Halloween's creeping up. The free iHeartRadio app has irresistible stations like Halloween Radio.
Copyright, copyright, copyright.
I mean, streaming commercial free. Plus Trick or Treat Radio.
There we go.
Always screaming. I mean, streaming commercial free. Plus Trick or Treat Radio just for your little monsters. Trick or treat. And of course, curated Halloween playlists perfect for your Halloween party. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. G-R-A-N-D. That's grand. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
And I hope we'll have you with us
on next Thursday for the Halloween roast of me, Sean Wasson. It's going to be a fun, exclusive event, and I don't want you to miss out on this. I want you to be there. I want you to be there while we tape this special. I want you to be there while we have a blast. You deserve some Halloween fun, and next week we're going to give it to you. So get all the details over at thenewsjunkie.com.
We're going to give it to you.
Yeah, X is going to give it to you.
Just like, I was just going to say, just like X. Just like X.
I stole it right there from you. Thenewsjunkie.com/roast, thenewsjunkie.com/roast. The event sold out in the main section almost immediately. There's just, and this is kind of confusing, which is why it is the situation that it's been, but there's just some like side obscured seats that are left. That is all that is left for this event. And most people don't understand that they're even on sale. But if you want to go to thenewsjunkie.com/roast.
You do have to be in a wheelchair, though.
No, you don't. Not for these.
Just show up in a wheelchair. That's it. Just play
the seats that are left don't look like they're available, but they have a C on them. And I assure you that they are. And I assure you that all of the seats for this event, even if they say partially obstructed, are great. You're going to have a great time.
I
So
feel like
snag
partially
those.
obstructed means you're in our eye of sight. Like you're in our line, and you may be roasted even more.
The venue may as well be in the round. I mean, for the way this thing is designed, it's like all of these seats are really good. So snag those leftovers if you want to be with us in a week at Judson's Live, thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Okay, I wanted to work in a couple of things here before we get set up for jury duty. And I wanted to get some of these moments where there were sparks flying and fireworks at the mayor debate in New York. But first, and I'll put this up on See It Now. I'm trying to put everything visual up on See It Now. I'm trying to get better at that during the show, so
Sorry
you can go
to our
back
blind
afterwards.
listeners.
And I did have to respond to a text message about See It Now during the break because apparently some people cannot find it.
Oh, you just go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit the menu.
That's what it sounds. It sounds easy enough to us when we say it all the time. But this guy's like, where in the absolute hell is See It Now?
Is that the guy that's been calling for 3 hours straight?
I don't know. I sent him a link. You got a link.
Yeah, go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit the menu, and you'll see all the pages like Game of Magnets and stuff, and one of them will be See It Now. But this will be on there because this is incredible. This was the semi-truck driver that they said was drugged out and was cruising along.
Take a look at this
and
exclusive dash cam video.
Just
that is now
smashed in to all of these vehicles.
Semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the.
I mean, it is really something. I'm going to go back.
Did that other car have any survivors?
I think there were some people who were pretty badly hurt in this, but the semi is going right down the middle of the interstate.
God.
And then it appears to do nothing in an effort to hit the brakes. It just crashes in to 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. Fire breaks out. And then it goes off to the side of the road and smashes into 2 more cars.
That's a pretty quick fire.
On the West 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday.
It's unbelievable.
Told the LA Times the driver of this.
I mean, I will put this up so you can see it yourself, but it is a pretty stunning accident that was captured on tape on the dash cam of this particular semi. Freaky, man, that this kind of stuff happens, but it absolutely does. And
the guy was
dangerous.
What did they say he was on?
I forgot what they said. They said he was on drugs. They believed he was on drugs. The guy was from this was in Ontario, California, which I know is a bit confusing. The man from Yuba City. They have not released the name of the truck driver. 8 vehicles were involved in the crash. 3 people sadly lost their lives, which is, quite clear when you see how smashed up all these vehicles got. But it is a semi-truck out of control.
They have identified the driver as 21-year-old Indian national.
Really?
Jashanpreet Singh.
21?
Who reportedly entered the U.S. illegally in 2022.
No, is this not the Turnpike guy? Are you sure that's this? Because it's the same exact last name, Singh. I mean, that's a very, very, very common Indian last name.
This is driver identified, arrested for DUI and deadly chain reaction crash on 10 freeway in Ontario.
Jesus.
Wow.
Another illegal driving one of these semi-trucks
Singh
that was involved in
family.
this?
Come on.
I know before the Indian folks reach out, I understand that that's like Smith in the world of Indian names, but there you go. That is unbelievable. Check it out on thenewsjunkie.com/see it now. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go through a couple of the moments at this New York mayoral debate. And they said there were some sparks flying here. So I hope to present that to you. I start with this clip right here where they were told to ask who would they vote for if it was a ranked choice election. Let's see what they said.
Donnie. If there was a ranked choice election? In this. You'd have to rank these. Myself, number 1, and Curtis, number 2. Mr. Sliwa.
Oh, please don't be glazing me here, Zora.
Oh, using young people lingo. Don't be glazing me.
I was shot 5 times in the head.
Zoran, don't be glazing me, Silwa said. Silwa, who's tried to win this position for the majority of his life, I think, at this point. Probably doesn't have a great chance up there, but Mamdani and Cuomo and Silwa were just going at it pretty nonstop. Some of the moments were a bit brutal. Here's Silwa taking a shot at Zoran Mamdani, who's the leader, the guy who's the Democratic Socialist, who's the leader in most of the polls.
Yeah, I heard the both of them again fighting like kids in the schoolyard. Zoran, your resume could fit on a cocktail napkin. And Andrew, your failures could fill a public school library in New York City. Okay.
Taking them both out in one shot, saying, Mamdani, your history could fit on a cocktail napkin, I guess.
A napkin.
Because he's never had a real job. And then Cuomo, the bad news about you, your failures could fill up a public library.
I can't watch a debate like this in the same way after reading the notes that Ron DeSantis had when he was going up for president and he was going to be debating Ramaswamy, and he wanted. They had all those like little kind of quips that he needed to fit in there, like a Lion Ramaswamy or something like that. I might be thinking of somebody different.
Vivek the Fake or something?
Vivek the Fake. That's what it was. Vivek the Fake.
And here's another moment. This was kind of crazy.
Mr. Cuomo, in 2021, 13 different women who worked in your administration credibly accused you of sexual harassment. Since then, you have spent more than $20 million in taxpayer funds to defend yourself, all while describing these allegations as entirely political. You have even gone so far as to legally go after these women. One of those women, Charlotte Bennett, is here in the audience this evening.
So he brought one of Cuomo's accusers into the venue and was like, one of them is here today.
Very Polish of you.
Yeah, like Springer even. Here we go, bring them on out. What do you think? Let us know. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's go back to this a little bit and see how this went after that bombshell.
You sought to access her private gynecological records. She cannot speak up for herself because you lodged a defamation case against her. I, however, can speak. What do you say to the 13 women that you sexually harassed?
If you want to be in government, then you have to be serious and mature.
Okay. I'm sure he had a response after that, I would hope, but he started out with that. One of the women who was accusing Andrew Cuomo of sexual harassment while they worked in his government was one of the guests of the other people who were running against him for this mayoral spot in New York. And here's one of the last moments, I guess, that people were talking about. This is supposed to be some fireworks.
The homeless issue, number of homeless since I left, has more than doubled during his administration and the state's administration. Since I left, homeless rate has more than doubled. When I left, the vacancy rate on housing was 4.5%. It's now 1%. This man never even proposed a bill on housing or education. Never even proposed a bill.
Keep going back and forth between the two of you. Mr. Sliwa, it's your turn.
Andrew, you didn't leave. You fled from being impeached by the Democrats in the state legislature. Leave. You fled.
So lots of emotions floating around.
Curtis Sliwa is giving me big Frank Sinatra on SNL vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I got chunks of guys like you in my stool.
My favorite was when they asked him if you have purchased recreational marijuana. And then the younger fella, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, was
Donnie?
like, yeah, I've purchased from a legal recreational place. Cuomo was like, no. And then immediately he's like, I got shot 5 times in the face. I've got Crohn's disease. I've had medical marijuana.
Oh, really? But wait, so hold on. Let me see.
The older guy who gives off the Sopranos vibe?
I think this is the moment you're talking about. Let me just make sure. Mayoral candidates asked if they ever purchased marijuana from a shop.
5 times
Have you ever purchased anything in a cannabis shop? And if so, what did you buy, Mr. Mamdani?
I have. I have purchased marijuana at a legal cannabis shop.
Okay. Mr. Cuomo?
No.
Mr. Sliwa?
When I was shot 5 times, I've had Crohn's disease. I did use medical marijuana. Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's come a long way.
Okay.
They used to be like, which one of you candidates will admit to having used marijuana in your past?
I did it. I tried it, but I didn't inhale.
I didn't inhale.
Just blew it, swished it around my mouth.
I think that those days are gone. Now people can embrace it a little bit. That's good. I like that. So I'm sure everybody who watched this probably didn't change their mind at all. They probably want to vote for the same person that they went into this wanted to vote for. And not a great selection of candidates as far as I'm concerned for New York City, but God bless you. Godspeed to you. We'll see what happens moving forward here. Send a dispatch to thenewsjunkie.com or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com like this one. Here's O, who says, hey, junkies, hope you're doing well. So the main problem with President Trump about why the White House changes are problematic is because any significant changes to the White House need to be reviewed and okayed by other branches of government as well as historical organizations for American sites. No, they do not. No, they do not. Not when it's funded. If it's privately funded, it does not. There is no need to go and get any approval from anybody.
I think I read that there was actually, I don't know that was a funding thing or not. I think there was an actual loophole for the White House itself that gets around some of the different permitting and different things you would have to do if you were changing, say, like the Washington Monument.
Yeah, the White House, the particular group that's in charge is like, I don't know it off the top of my head, but the organization that people said didn't approve of this doesn't actually have any teeth. It doesn't have any teeth to be able to stop this. So the president was able to do this with private funding, and I think that they don't have to go through and get any sort of congressional or otherwise approval to do it. The other concern is that even if he's paying for it, it does not change that we have to pay for changes and upkeep from now on, says O. So, okay. Thank you for that. Your email is coming in as well to tips, TIPS, @thenewsjunkie.com.
Basically, the argument being that if he gets donors to build a 90,000 square foot expansion to the White House, then the taxpayers have to pay the power bill for it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that would be wildly significant, but yeah, I mean, I guess you would. It's a fair point. I was looking at the construction projects on the White House over the years, and this one will be one of the bigger ones, $200 million plus, privately funded. In 2010, they started what they called the White House Big Dig, which was then the funds were allocated before Obama and then pushed through during Obama's term, and that was $376 million appropriated for that, so even more.
But what was the Big Dig?
It says a multi-story excavation adjacent to the West Wing to replace wiring, HVAC, and utilities, is what ChatGPT says. And before that, not much had been done since 1970 when they converted an indoor swimming pool into the press briefing room. And then, before that, it goes way back. Yeah.
You got rid of the indoor swimming pool
for the press.
Brief the press?
That must have been a small swimming pool, because I can tell you that press briefing room is tiny. I've seen them packed
Maybe
in
it's
there.
like a lap pool or something?
Yeah, it must have been tiny.
Saltwater, you think?
You could give us your thoughts on it. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we have, of course, jury duty In it, another teacher out of control, in big trouble. An update on the FBI and this pipe bomber from Washington, D.C. way back on January 6th. And even more, all coming up in Jury Duty. That is next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
The Magic tipped off their season with a come-from-behind win over the Heat. Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner led the way with 24 each. Desmond Bain in his Magic debut scored 23. Week 8 in the NFL starts tonight with the Chargers hosting the Vikings in the Thursday night game. Sunday's action includes the 1-6 Dolphins visiting Atlanta. The Dolphins yesterday placed tight end Darren Waller on short-term IR with
driving the car and carries the same penalties.
Welcome everybody, School Mic activated. Thank you for watching, thank you for hanging out. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. The show is on commercial break, but we will chit chat and then we will be back live on the show in just a moment. Bucky says, OMG, Sean is wrong. The demo and site prep can begin without the NCPC. However, the NCPC needs to approve the construction once that begins. No, they don't. They don't. That's why it's happening right now. If that's the case, let's see the lawsuit that stops the construction. The organization that oversees this doesn't actually have teeth. They traditionally have given approval for these things. And the approval is usually tied to funding from taxpayers. And when it's privately funded and they're doing it the way that they're doing it now, they can bypass that. So, I mean, good luck. How long before Sean is forced to talk about January 6th as the Day of Patriotism? I'll probably start next year. Booty Sweat says, but Trump shouldn't be putting in a ballroom. The White House needs a proper gym. Presidents should be able to bench 225 minimum. Question for you. Do you think we've ever had a president who could bench 225? Have we ever had a president that could bench 225? Other Booty or Booty. Did the subs fund that shirt, Sean? None of your business. Teddy Roosevelt, was he kind of jacked? Let's see. I'm doing it. Teddy Roosevelt, shirtless. Okay, this is when he was 19. When he was 19, but that's long before he was in office. No, this is fake, right? That's gotta be fake. Teddy Roosevelt, maybe. We'll put Teddy Roosevelt down as a maybe for 225. I don't know how much did Monica Lewinsky weigh. You know, Monica Lewinsky has one little sexual session or so in the White House, and she just can't escape it for the rest of her life. Could Sean bench 225? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Hang tight.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms. I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
All right, we've got 90 seconds, and then we're coming back with jury duty, including a teacher who is in some big trouble.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out.
By the way, folks, the organization, the NCPC, which traditionally oversees stuff like this for construction on the White House, the approval process requires them to get directly involved if it is a new build, meaning that you're creating an area out of scratch as opposed to like a exterior change and rebuilding of something that was already established. Demolition or site preparation does not require approval, and yeah, I mean, so far they've only done the demolition, just for the record. I mean, you could see it.
Contractors, this fall we've got a special deal to help you improve efficiency and rake in more revenue. Service Titan.
I can sit on a bench. That is technically not a bench press, unfortunately.
This October,
Gerald Ford was a football player.
We'll set you up with 2 free months of service.
He might have been able to do it. Let's just be honest. You put a gym in the White House, nobody's using it.
Ends October 31st.
Don't do it.
Visit ServiceTitan.com today to schedule a demo. That's ServiceTitan.com.
Your ticket to big savings is at.
You know what they should put in the White House? They should put a phone in the Oval Office that you cannot turn off, that every 30 minutes a new citizen gets the number and you can call and complain non-stop, one person after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, and you can't shut it down, you can't turn off the ringer, you just gotta face the people's complaints.
Orange Emergency in Winter Garden is now open.
That's what they should do.
Visit HCA Florida Health.
They should make it so no one actually wants to be president of the United States of America.
Not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates. Thanks to
All right, here we go.
HCAFloridaHealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
Oh my gosh, yes.
To receive the nomination, be onward.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
We really appreciate it.
That is so exciting.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, building brighter futures one classroom at a time.
I'm certain it's going to be well spent. It takes a lot of tools to make our program run.
And we're just getting started. Help keep the momentum going and nominate a teacher who's made a difference in your life at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Radio 104.1. Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world.
Very, very bad teacher. You just can't do this stuff. We need people for some of these jobs. We need people for some of these gigs. And the gigs don't all seem desirable. To be a teacher is not something that everybody out there is pining to do. A lot of people look at the little monsters in the classroom and say, I don't want to go there. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to do that. You don't pay them a ton of money. And they don't really like the work, some of them. So it's hard to get teachers that want to be in the classroom. But what this teacher did, well, I just can't support it. What happened? Let's talk about it right now. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Also, news, and I didn't expect this today, in the pipe bomb suspect in Washington, D.C. from back in 2021, and a few other things worth mentioning. Real quick, jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Here's the phone number. If you get into an accident or somebody you love gets into an accident and it's time to go after those insurance companies, don't worry about it. What are they going to do? Get mad at you? You get on the phone with another insurance company and get your new insurance set up the next day, right? You make sure you protect yourself, your family, and your future, and don't shed a tear for these billion-dollar insurance companies that bilk you out of money all the time. And to do that, you pick up the phone after an accident, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. A Florida substitute teacher is in trouble, and we've all had our moments with substitute teachers, but I hope you haven't had one quite like this because it's a tidbit disturbing. This teacher has been arrested. I'm looking at him here. If you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, this is a particular individual. Wesh had a report on this. Maybe they'll talk about some of the details I'm looking at here.
A substitute teacher in Orange County is out on bond accused of looking at nude photos and touching himself inappropriately during class.
All right.
Detectives say Daniel Huerta did this earlier this month at Howard Middle School in downtown Orlando. West 2's Luana Munoz is live from the school with more on the arrest and what parents are saying today. Luana.
So they said this guy was a substitute teacher. He was in the classroom. Students said he was clearly touching himself.
And these are middle school students, mind you.
Looking at nude photos in this Howard Middle School classroom with the students present. And it gets even weirder. An officer from OPD spoke with each of the students who reported Huerta to the school. They each described nude images on his phone, Huerta touching himself inside and outside of his pants and laughing in, quote, a witch's laugh.
Come again? I'm sorry.
What'd
you say?
Laughing in a witch's laugh. Like, I don't know. That's the best I could do.
No, that was really good.
Why don't you give it one more shot? I don't think Sabrina has enough.
I got everything I needed. Thank you so much.
I was just trying to channel it as, yeah, see, I wasn't terrible. It wasn't, yeah, like that. That's what this guy was doing. Let's see what else they said.
Yeah, as you can imagine, parents are very upset about this. They got a message yesterday from the principal letting them know that the teacher had been arrested and that they would not be returning to this school or any school within the district.
Daniel Huerta?
Daniel Huerta stood before a judge Tuesday after his arrest on a lewd and lascivious charge.
This dude just looks weird and sketch and like sweaty and greasy and I don't know.
Someone who touches themselves in a classroom with
yeah, he's giving. You know what's weird? They said he was looking on his phone at Instagram and he was just bikini photos.
Okay, so simple man.
He didn't take much. They said he was looking on his phone at Instagram. And there were women in bikinis and close-up images in his feed, and that's what had led him to do this to himself.
Court records show on October 10th, Huerta was substitute teaching at Howard Middle School in downtown Orlando.
Weird,
That
man.
report says multiple students noticed Huerta was aroused while sitting at a desk in a classroom
they
filled with
noticed he
students
was aroused?
and looking at nude photos
Don't
on
get
his
flattered.
phone. One student said they saw Huerta, quote, reach his hand inside his waistband and down inside his pants.
Come on.
The student believes the
my
incident
God.
lasted approximately 7 minutes.
All right, there's one more detail.
7 minutes. I feel like they're giving him the smallest amount. That was 10 minutes.
Well, there's one more detail that you're going to get. You'll know it when you hear it. You'll know the final detail.
One grandparent we talked to says the incident made them feel uneasy.
Sure.
I know that these type of people always slip through, and you don't have really any control over it. But I'm glad the school was on top of it, and I'm glad the kids told, because a lot of times children don't mention what they see and what's going on.
Huerta was employed through Kelly Education, a company that contracts with Orange County Public Schools for substitute teachers. The district says substitutes must pass the same background check as full-time teachers and staff. On Tuesday, parents received this message from the school's principal saying,
all right, the school principal said we were made aware of all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. I want to see if they talk about this last detail. You know what? They might not, but let me just run it.
but haven't heard back yet.
Maybe she doesn't want to say it.
Now, Huerta has since bonded out of jail. The judge has ordered he have no contact with anyone under the age of 18.
Yeah, please, let's keep it that way for a little while.
But now
here's the
Sean
deal.
gets to drop the news.
They went to his house and collected evidence at his home. The jeans he was wearing the day of the incident had bodily fluids.
Oh.
He was like, He's just touching his junk, and
He
Damn,
acknowledged that sometimes he becomes aroused randomly and said he usually, quote, sits down and tries to cover it up, end quote.
Right.
Right. Was this his first day being a human in public?
What job did he have before?
Also, you weren't really doing much to get rid of this excitement if you were scrolling through Instagram looking at close-up bikini shots in the classroom.
And to climax, apparently.
Very weird. Very, very weird. All right, I'll save this update about the pipe bomb suspect in D.C. for when we come back, and another judge making horrible decisions. We got that awkward interview where the person was confronted with their Reddit post, their Reddit history, a new twist on that one, and a whole lot more. We haven't even talked about the bombing of the drug trafficking boats, and that continues. We are loaded up, and we'll get into it all in the final hour of the show that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you
from the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are on the roadways, blocking the toll booth on State Road 429 southbound at Forest Lake Toll Plaza. They're fighting a vehicle fire there. Some familiar delays are starting to pile up on the roadways on I-4 between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. There's some slowdowns. Off-ramp back up from Florida's Turnpike to Orange Blossom Trail. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20 minutes. No appointment needed. Want to extend the life of your car battery too?
Hello.
Allergies?
God bless. God bless.
Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues.
Some news just coming in. This suggests that prominent Trump advisors and supporters are criticizing the administration's military actions against Venezuela. This is the attacks on these drug trafficking boats, allegedly, where sometimes the people die and sometimes they survive. And this is one of those things where the New York Times does chummy interviews with people that they hate because the people that they hate finally agree with them about something. So the New York Times talks to Steve Bannon, and Laura Loomer, and some other folks, and they're like, we don't like this.
Parlay insurance. Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend? Is that right? Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yes, I think so. I think that's right. He says, how dare he try to stop drug trafficking? I mean, true. I want drug trafficking to stop. I want fentanyl in particular to stop coming into the United States of America. Other addictive drugs that are pushed into our country, enriching others in other countries, and then creating situations where you have drug addicts like slumming up on the streets on Kensington. I do. But, I mean, it's kind of crazy. The punishment for these crimes isn't even death. And they're just straight up, boom! That is kind of crazy, right? You got to admit. That is kind of crazy. We're like, that's a drug boat. Boom! Just blowing them out of the water.
Also, check out the website, wassiesmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassie's Meat Market.
90 seconds. PF says if they keep blowing up the boats, drugs will become harder to get here in the USA and prices will go up. Who cares? You could stop drug trafficking by seizing the boats and arresting the occupants. It actually goes further than that. The people in one of these drug boats that they ended up bombing or whatever, attacking, that survived, they then just deported them back to the countries that they were from. They didn't even pursue any charges against them. They just ended up deporting them off. So that seems weird. Seems bad. It seems, in a word, friends, extrajudicial. That's what it seems.
You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age.
They don't care about the people they're killing with the drugs? No, that's true. I mean, but I think there should probably be more of a process, right? Like, the idea that you just nuke boats out of the ocean seems like bad precedent.
All right, yeah.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gators, ghosts, and goblins. Only at Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is the...
The Halloween roast of Sean Wasson. That's me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an absolute blast. It's at a beautiful venue, which is worth it alone, I'm telling you, over at Judson's Live. Everybody who has their tickets for the roast, everybody who has their tickets is going to be getting early access to the venue. I think we're popping open an hour before, like 7 o'clock or so you can get in there and like see the place and enjoy your seats and get some food and drinks because they got, great stuff there. But we don't want it to be like you go in, you sit down, we do the roast, and then you just blast out of there. You should be able to enjoy this place because it's that kind of spot. It really is a special spot. Judson's Live, where we're going to be doing the Halloween roast of Sean Wasson, and you could be there. Go check it out, thenewsjunkie.com/roast. A lot of people are starting to get upset about these attacks on narco-terrorist boats.
Oh, I thought you meant the teens on e-scooters.
No, this is different attacks. These are, they've been happening for a while now, and it amounts to some sort of like pseudo-war with Venezuela, and they find these boats that they believe are involved in drug trafficking, and then they just bomb them. And in this case, here's one of the latest ones here. The boat is cruising along. They've released this footage. Okay, the boat is like a, I don't know if I would call it a cigarette boat, but, well, it used to be a cigarette boat. Some kind of large boat. It's cruising along, and then boom, they just blast it out of the sky. I mean, they just completely nuke the thing. And in one or more...
They blasted from the sky.
Yeah. They blasted out of the water from the sky. One or more of these ships had people on it that survived, and then they just like deported them back to where they came from. But the craziest thing is 37 people have been killed in 9 strikes so far. And some of Trump's supporters are even upset about this. It seems super, super weird to me because like the punishment for doing this isn't even death. You're just right. Like, are you guys trafficking drugs? Like drug traffickers are bad. Well, they're bad. I hate them. But like if the punishment for a crime isn't even death and you're like, wow.
But you're just going fast on a boat.
For this to be, I don't know, like not legal, but I guess allowed, doesn't there need to be a declaration of war on drugs? Or is the old war on drugs still kind of, active?
I think that they're loosely doing that, but they've said that the group that they're targeting is a designated terrorist organization. So it's almost part of the war on terror.
Because didn't they make the cartels terrorist organizations?
Right.
That was the loophole there.
Yeah, the quote was, just as Al-Qaeda waged war on our homeland, these cartels are waging war on our border and our people. There will be no refuge or forgiveness, only justice. I got no problem with going after the drug traffickers and the cartels. I think all that is good news. And I think sweeping these cartels and drug traffickers once and for all out of Central America and South America would save so many lives and improve so many lives if we could do it. But if
Are
you're
you
just
saying
like
sweeping by blowing up their boats, or sweeping them like putting them in jail and taking away their drugs?
No, I let me be as clear as I can. I'm saying I think a move to get rid of all of the narco terrorists, the cartels in Central and South America is something that would be fantastic and great in every way and bring about great outcomes for the poor people in many Central American and South American countries. I think targeting boats, even if I grant you that they all are definitely full of drugs doing this, there's too many problems with that. What happens if you make a mistake? You're going right to the final punishment, which is just like blowing up the boat and killing these people.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, it's like an extrajudicial killing is what it is. It's literally an extrajudicial killing, as opposed to, I don't see why you can't just go stop that boat and arrest those people. That's what I would be on board with. But they have killed now 37 people in 9 strikes with the idea that this is going to stop the influx of drugs out of those countries and into the United States of America. That's not enough information. That's not something that's clear enough to be killing people, at least in my view. I want to go after those guys. They're bad dudes, but there's a better way to do it, I think. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, some updates. Let's move around these. The NBA with an update about this huge gambling bust. Coaches, players involved in gambling on NBA games, including potentially games that they might have thrown, and gambling on these basketball games with insider information that they got from other teams, other players, other coaches. That was one thread of it. The other thread was 4 crime families and these same NBA players and other athletes involved in a gambling conspiracy where they completely cheated these people out of millions of dollars. They used these card counting machines. They used cameras. The whole thing was a setup. The only people that didn't know it were the big fish that they were trying to take money from. The NBA has responded. Here's their statement. The NBA says, we are in the process of reviewing the federal indictments announced today. Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are being placed on immediate leave from their teams. That's the coach and the player that were supposed to be involved in these different scams that were going on, these criminal enterprises. NBA says, we'll continue to cooperate with the relevant authorities. We take these allegations with the utmost seriousness, and the integrity of our game remains our top priority. So that's the NBA chiming in on that.
Somebody earlier chimed in on this and was like, now LeBron's sciatica makes sense. Tons of bets for LeBron on opening night, and boom, he's out. I go, I think LeBron's sciatica makes sense on account of him being 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one way to put it.
But the problem is when you find out that this is going on, it's just like politics, 100% like politics. It's going to reinforce the idea in many sports fans that everything is rigged.
Right, correct.
So when they think everything is rigged, then they're like, all of the people are rigging it. I would think if you took some of the big dollar people and put them under the microscope like LeBron James, he would probably be much less likely to be caught up in this stuff.
Right. You need to look at
money.
You need to look at all the contracts and find out the lower salaries and see if they're the ones who, need more bucks. LeBron doesn't need the money.
He doesn't. And you mentioned a player earlier when we talked about this, and it was like their ankle was hurt. Mm-hmm. And then you saw the footage and they rolled the ball to the other team. And it's like, that's where we put the spotlight. Just a little bit.
That looks a little suspicious. And I'm sure they've got more information. It'll all come out in the wash here. But that's something that's getting some attention out there today as well. And now we go back to the guy who wasn't having a good day yesterday. This is Graham Plattner, who is running for Senate in Maine. He's a Democrat running for Senate in Maine. There's people who are still supporting him. Yesterday, I said he had like this skull tattoo. It turns out this tattoo was, if it wasn't a Nazi symbol, it was like a dead-on ringer for a Nazi symbol. And he's made a new video. This is day 2 of his controversy. Let's see what he says.
Hey, everyone. Graham Plattner here. I want to talk to you about something.
Hey, Graham.
In 2007, when I was a young infantry sergeant in the Marine Corps, myself and some machine gunners I served in Fallujah and Ramadi with were on our third deployment. We were in a naval vessel, and we pulled in for a Liberty port in Split, Croatia. We went ashore to do the thing that young Marines do, which tends to be carousing and sometimes getting tattoos. We wanted to get something that represented our jobs,
so we
our
got
service,
a Nazi
fighting in Fallujah and Ramadi as machine gunners. We went ashore, we found a tattoo parlor after a fair amount of heavy carousing, and we found a tattoo.
He keeps saying carousing.
What is carousing?
You know, come on.
Is he talking about flirting with women, or is he talking about
carousing?
What? I don't know what he means by it, but let me carousing.
Well, it's actively drinking alcohol and enjoying oneself with others in a noisy, lively way. So we've caroused.
Like partying?
Yeah.
Partying would be carousing. Okay, so he's saying after a lot of carousing, a.k.a. partying, they went to get the tattoos.
On the wall, a piece of flash that looked like a terrifying skull and crossbone.
I'll stop here because a lot of you are not going to understand what the hell he just said. When he says a piece of flash, if you are at a tattoo shop, there are basically two types of tattoos that they do. One is a consignment tattoo or like a customized tattoo. You tell them, I want an octopus in a porta potty, riding an M80. And I want it to be outside Lollapalooza 99. And they create that tattoo custom for you. The other is called flash tattoo art. And when you see people with little tattoos all over the place, a lot of times that's from like a catalog, and you say, I want this lizard drinking a martini
like
or whatever.
The mermaid on the forearm.
Yeah. There's going to be multiple skulls. There's going to be, all the traditional things, the pirates, all of those things.
We thought it looked cool, and so we got it. I have had this tattoo for the last 18 years. I re-enlisted into the United States Army with this tattoo, where I was screened for hate and gang-related tattoos. I worked for the State Department as a contractor, where I got a full physical, which included screening my tattoos. I've gone through life with this thing, taking my shirt off, having photographs taken, videos taken. I've been very, very open in my life with the fact I had a skull and crossbones.
It's like a dead ringer for a Nazi skull and crossbones. I've seen
It's not like your standard, pirate ship flag, skull and crossbones.
No.
Yeah.
No,
is this not the same dude we just talked about earlier this week? That's
this is the Reddit guy. This is the guy who was confronted with his.
What else is going to come out about this dude?
He's kind of a wild dude. He got the tattoo covered up already, though. He did.
Yeah.
Here he is.
With some imagery around dogs, because my wife Amy and I have two wonderful dogs that we love a lot. This far more represents.
I love this moment. Holding your shirt up and showing your nipples as a
full
candidate.
happy trail.
You're probably wondering how I got here, record scratch moment. He covered it up. He's got a new tattoo that looks like a bunch of dogs fighting each other. That it's actually a pretty good cover up, if I'm honest with you.
Did you see the original tattoo?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if I can bring this up for you. Graham Plattner tattoo. I've seen the tattoo that he had, and then I've seen it compared to, some of these are like too close in. Here is the tattoo that he had. It's hard to see here. It's like a blob. It looks very blobby. Let me try to find a better one for those of you watching. I'll put this up on See It Now for everybody else. But it is a dead ringer for this sort of skeleton thing that's like a Nazi tattoo. You could kind of see it here. It's a skeleton with like bones, skull and crossbones coming out on the side.
It's very hard to see. Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, it's this. This is a white version of it. He has a black version of it on his chest. And it's like this skull and crossbones is supposed to be. The problem is literally everything is called Nazi in 2025. So, it may just be that this is like a war emblem. I've seen it in a couple of movies where the Nazi characters did have stuff like this, but the guy says he's got it covered up. So he hopes that his entire campaign can recover from this.
I've seen it. I'm seeing it somewhere else in not on him, but like the actual graphic, which I wouldn't have known Nazi except for that it's flanked on either side by two SS lightning bolts.
Yeah. That'll do
it. That's a little more indicative to me. I wouldn't have recognized it as a Nazi tattoo if it were just that skull with the bones coming out of the side.
Yeah, he's got somebody coming after him, man. Every once in a while, you get like this full court press, and there was a photo of him without
like
his
Katie
shirt
Porter.
on.
He's,
yeah, they're eating each other alive. So he said the tattoo is now covered, and leave him alone. We'll see if there's any other problems out there. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. What else do we have here? This was supposed to be a model of what the White House construction is going to look like, which it shows how big that section is going to be if this is real. This is supposed to be the ballroom area, I guess, attached to the White House.
The lack of symmetry is kind of what annoys me about this.
It's big. This is a part of the White House complex of buildings, and it is a huge ballroom that they're going to build.
Do we need that long of hallway?
Well, I know that we had the dispatch yesterday from
Beard.
What's his name? Yeah. Who does a lot of work in the motels?
Insecure Walrus.
Insecure Walrus. Yeah. And he was telling us that something that would hold that many people would be absolutely enormous. This is the first time I've seen what it's supposed to fully look like. So I'm going to pop this up on See It Now so everybody can take a peek at this and add that to the information you have on this particular topic. It is big as hell. I ain't going to lie. It's absolutely massive. Another White House photo. Hold on. I'll do this instead. All right, we'll get this all set up for you. If you don't know where it is, go to thenewsjunkie.com and hold on, remodel plan. You can see this if you hit the menu. You'll see It Now, and everything visual is bam up in front of you, just like that. All right, we'll get into the stories that I've teased and missed, like the pipe bomb suspect update, and a whole bunch more. That's just moments away. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Traffic stop and go through the city on I-4 due to an accident. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. There's some familiar delays piling up between Sand Lake Road and Osceola Parkway on I-4. Slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound before that US 192 exit. The roadways are getting busy this afternoon. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks, all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com.
Residential electricity rates right now are up, rising fast, up more than 30% since 2020. That's double the rate of inflation of many other products. And what else is rising is power shutoffs. So if you don't want to be stuck with a big bill and perhaps in the dark, you should call Solar Installers of Florida. They will walk you through your options. They'll design and install a solar system built for your home, and they'll help you out with financing. They're not going to try and overcharge you or oversell you on a package you don't need. This way you can lock in lower costs and enjoy predictable bills for years to come. And the federal tax credit right now will make that switch more affordable than ever, but that only lasts till the end of the year. So stop dreading that next power bill and start looking forward to energy freedom with Solar Installers of Florida. Call today for your free quote, 407-777-5050. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. They'll knock $500 off that quote. 407-777-5050, or find them online at solarinstallersofflorida.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Get ready for the iHeartRadio album preview featuring Bon Jovi's Forever Legendary Edition. Featuring an exclusive interview with John Bon Jovi.
Hi, I'm John Bon Jovi, and I'm inviting you to iHeartRadio's album preview, all in celebration of Forever, the Legendary Edition.
Listen on the free iHeart app's Today's Mix station tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern.
As we head into the busy holiday season, now is the perfect time to invest in yourself. For 35 years, the Filatowski Eye Institute has given Central Floridians freedom from glasses and contacts. With 24-month interest-free financing, there's never been a better moment to schedule your consultation. If you're considering LASIK or cataract surgery,
Hello? Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Hit that subscribe button if you're over on YouTube. Thank you. God bless you. Good to be with you on a Thursday. Email the show to get your feedback on. Why did I get that? Did the stream crash? Why would I get the Restream Insights email before the stream ended? Something has gone south. Tim says there's no evidence of any donors' money for the White House, and if these people are giving so much money to the White House, what is Trump giving back to them? Pay to play. Tim, this is called a conspiracy. I'm going to have to keep pointing this out because a lot of you are prone to do this. Ron says, I toured the White House around 20 years ago. I couldn't believe how dilapidated it looked up close. Considering the beautiful buildings in other countries, I found it embarrassing, he says. Some of you people who want to do the full court press constantly against the Trump administration will be better served to find the good stuff and push on those spots. For instance, I think the extrajudicial killings is excellent territory for you to push on. But when you're like, well, he says there's donors, but do we really know if the donors are really... you start to sound pretty retarded at some point. Quite retarded. 90 seconds. I'll tell you what else has got me sideways today. I'll play it when we come back, but they released that video from the Louvre heist. It shows the guys, after they stole hundreds or at least $100 million worth of jewelry, crown jewels, it shows them going back down on this scissor lift. No cops, no nothing, okay? No one. They're just slowly going down on the scissor lift, and they hit the ground, and they cruise away. This is the biggest failure of museum security in a long time. It shows you that Western museums are probably the most insecure places, and you don't need to be Ocean's 11 to get in there.
Many victims were from the same fraternity.
Who knew?
Every single one was close friends with a mysterious student named Brandon.
Here we go.
A suicide cluster a few years back. Many victims were from the same fraternity, and every single one was close friends with a mysterious student named Brandon Grossheim.
The lawsuit says Grossheim was one of the last people to see each victim before their death.
Open your free iHeart app and search The Peacemaker and start listening.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. W-I-N. That's win. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the
this week that has gotten a lot of attention. It's been very viral, but maybe it should be even more viral. Honest to God, maybe it should be even more viral. The idea that we all had in our heads was that you needed some elaborate gang of 11 people led by Mr. Ocean to go under lasers and to get into museums and steal jewels and make your way back outside in some surreptitious way. And the reality of the fact of the matter is we've seen now in Paris at the Louvre that you just walk in and take what you want.
It's very easy. I thought you had to, stretch to get through the lasers and have to grapple some way and very slowly from the ceiling. But if it's this easy, I think there's a lot of would have been robbers getting the hand to palm I mean, hand to a face moment where it's like we could have been doing this the whole time instead of just dreaming of it.
Yeah, I think people overestimated how hard it was to steal the crown jewels. We thought it really took something special.
You got to think that the most popular museum in the world would have a little bit better security or something.
But now that we know that they don't, what else can we do?
I mean,
you can take anything you want.
You can do it. Where's the Constitution? Is that the Smithsonian? Smithsonian?
Words are hard. I told you.
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on. I'll look it up.
Is it the real one?
The place where the Constitution, you're supposedly able to see it. I heard at one point.
It's at the National Archives.
National Archives building. I heard at one point that if there was some sort of trip in like the security system or something, that thing like retracts down into the ground into a vault.
Really?
I think it does. Yeah, I think it does.
And why didn't France's museum not have that?
France just goes, no one will steal the museum stuff.
Oh, let's try that one more time.
France goes, they will not steal the things from us.
That was
good. I like that.
That was very good, Sean.
They did indeed. Here's the footage. It shows them leaving. They rented a bucket truck to get to the second floor to rob the Louvre of $100 million in jewelry, and they're just cruising on down. There they go. All right, on down to the bottom floor. No cops, no police at all on this truck lift. They get to the ground.
All you need is that yellow vest.
And then you haul ass. They had yellow vests on. They acted like they belonged. They made their way into this place. They cruised out, and not a cop in sight. And you know my favorite moment of this. Yesterday, I remember there were some people still trying to say this was not a security failure. They were trying to say like this was not, that nothing really went wrong. One of the reasons why these folks were able to get away with this, one of the security cameras in question was aimed in the wrong direction. So they were like, all right, not a big deal, but here's what's happening.
And the bucket truck company they rented from took cash, no problem?
No problem.
Hell, it might have been. Do you pay for that ahead of time or when you take it back?
I've never, I mean, it's on the bucket list for a bucket truck, but I've not done it yet.
So friggin' embarrassing. And the theft was steps away from the Mona Lisa, which would have been easy to steal. Just take that little sucker.
Again?
Yeah, just take that out of there once more and put it up at some super rich person's house. Sell it for a couple mil or something. Somebody will buy it from you. So there you go. It's crazy to me. I thought that you would have to be so sophisticated to pull this off. We learned this week that the French will let you just come in and take what you want. Meanwhile, we have some finally, I guess, an update on the person who planted these pipe bombs on January 5th, 2021. This is the day before January 6th, back in 2021, when the whole Capitol stuff goes down.
Insurrection.
And this person left in a pipe bomb, I think at both sides. I think at the RNC and the DNC, if I remember correctly.
Was it the guy that had like a crazy looking car that he had put all these weird like Hillary devil stuff? That was a pipe bomb guy too, was it not?
There was a different circumstance. I forgot what that was related to. This was the guy who's never been found. He was wearing a hoodie. He was covered with a mask. Okay. They have footage of him moving here and there, but they have never found this guy, and they just released this new info today. Let's see what they said.
The suspect's height is approximately 5'7" tall.
5'7".
The suspect wore a face mask, a gray hooded sweatshirt, and black gloves. They used a backpack to transport each of the devices. They were wearing distinctive Nike Air Max Speed Turf shoes, which are black and gray with the yellow Nike logo.
And have
fewer than 25,000 of these shoes were sold between August 2018 and January 2021.
How many, they said?
So 25,000. Yes, less than 25,000 pairs of the shoes. They know that.
The first time the suspect is seen is at approximately 7:34 p.m. at the intersection of 1st Street and North Carolina Avenue Southeast. The person walks southwest on North Carolina Avenue, turns north on New Jersey Avenue.
They got all this. They're showing him walking all the way up
on D Street.
I think he's going to the DNC.
Not found this person yet?
Because they got a mask on
South Capitol Street.
They got a mask and a hoodie.
But didn't
Then you see the person walking
Luigi
up.
Mangione have a mask?
He took off his mask for the person in New York City. He may not.
The girl he was flirting with.
Yeah, he's talking to the woman behind the counter, and he pulled down his mask. This guy kept his mask on and his hoodie on. I'm assuming by the gait of the walk that it's a man. I bet it is. I'd put money on it. But he went to the DNC and the RNC and put these pipe bombs down in 2021, and they never found this person. They never figured out who they were, and they just keep pushing for it. I hope they find out where this person went. But now it's been so long that I don't have real high hopes.
This is weird, but is $500,000 enough at this point?
You might have to up that if you're not getting the calls in, and there must be somebody who knows. It's the problem is the whole time where everybody was wearing masks, and you also could like put on a hoodie, and then you would just be aware of a place that you could go to where they would lose your trail. And that was a bad thing for a while. That put us at risk. I mean, there were still some places trying to let people wear masks for a long time, but I think most of that's gone now. However, that's what they've got. It's not a lot of new info, but they think the person was 5'7", and they were wearing those Nikes, those special shoes that less than 25,000 people have.
Mama says that's my special shoes.
No arrest just yet, Forrest. No arrest just yet. All right, we'll see what you have to say. Let us know what you think. You think they're ever going to catch this person? Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or email the show as you can at any point in time. If you want to be anonymous, put that right up on top and send the email to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com.
Now,
when we come back.
Since he did this stuff and planted those things on the day before January 6th.
Pipe bombs.
The pipe bombs. He does not find himself eligible for this pardon, right?
Oh, I guess not. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the exact wording of that pardon. From
Be a real
Trump.
son of a bitch if there was like some sort of wording. If he looked it up and went, "Oh, I think this includes me."
Wait just a second here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know what you think about that. We're going to do this. When we come back, we have the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned, of course, to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
Real music.
A really pleasant day as we head into this afternoon, especially. Highs will only warm into the mid-80s, a high of 84 degrees in Orlando. Winds will be a little breezy with gusts up to about 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. Plan for, though, plenty of sunshine and low humidity. That trend is going to continue into our Friday and Saturday before a few showers Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Volusia Emergency. HCA Florida West Volusia Emergency in DeLand is now open. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Lake Monroe Hospital. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
If you're looking to find out about a reverse mortgage, stop looking and go to thatmortgageguyDon.com because Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. If you want to find out how it works, That Mortgage Guy Don can send you some numbers and explain the details. Then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry, and most importantly, get peace of mind right there at your fingertips. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from WTKS-FM. When it comes to home comfort.
Uh-oh. It's dull mic time, friends. What's happening? What is up? Nice to be here. I know you guys have been getting plenty of skull mic in. There's no room for dull mic these days, I know. But to those of you who will be tuning in for secret shows tonight, very excited about that. I think we got a couple things in the mix. There is a video that I want to play. I kind I kind of wasted the what you call it, punchline today. But Sean might not even remember it. What's up, Nicole? Hey, AD. Too loud. Sorry, buddy. Here, let me pull it back a little bit. Dan, Tanya, what's going on? Lee Road. The stream is messing up. Tell me what the stream is doing. Kevin, Sergeant Dave, hello. Mayat J Wills 75. Hey. T-Back. What's up, CJ, Glenn, Alicia? Sean isn't loud enough. C-Lane is too loud. I can't win. Well, that's because Sean, he has... I could switch the camera here. Hello. It's gonna be all out of sync though. Like, by the time you see me moving my hands, it'll be I'll have said that probably 10 seconds ago. But Abraham Dragonfriend says regular time for Secret Show. I think it'll be more like 7:45. I don't know. I think we're meeting at 7:30. So we usually kind of grab a claw or two and then mosey our way in there. So we'll see. Anyway, Sean talks into a mic that's across the room and just screams at it. And then for me, I hit a button that reroutes all the audio, so you're just hearing like my microphone directly. And I think it doesn't even matter, like it doesn't run through this board even. I think it's like direct mic. Well, it has to run through the board. But I think like if I were like, I don't think that, like, Bootsy, I would say 8. If I were a guessing man, I would say 8. But I might be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyway, the thing was me moving the fader up and down. I think it's direct to the mic. I don't think the fader messes with that because that would have to be to the board. Anyway, that's a bunch of nerd stuff. How are you? If this is actually live, pick your nose. It was a scratch. So you'll have to see me do it in 8 seconds. That delay was awesome, LOL. Sean needs a mic that's wireless and connected to him that he turns on and off. Like a referee? Like Sean just like turns on the referee mic and holding, defense, 10 yards, whatever. How pissed does management get when you guys are late for breaks? It doesn't get talked about a lot. Like when one of us is late for a break, that's different. But if we're like late to take the break, that's not that big a deal. There's just certain times where like we shouldn't go over the top of the hour because I think that messes things up in the way that the show is recorded and sent out to other markets. And that, did you see the change I made to the white preset on the studio lights? We talked about it, Austin. He told me a little bit about it. It seems like you changed the white preset. Yeah, it seems like you changed the right thing. Problem with QLC Plus is I set it and forget it because it works great like that. But then whenever I want to make changes, I have to sort of relearn it a little bit and then or Google a bunch of stuff. So that's a thing. But I think you did fine, Austin. I think we'll be good. Him and I are going to look into one or two things when I'm there tonight and make sure it is to his liking. He just opened his thing up. All right. We're back in 30 seconds, so I am going to say goodbye, and let's do this thing. All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
and your favorite podcasts.
A pure connection to what moves you.
The best part, it's all free.
Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone, the free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Radio 104.1.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
And today, I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday, friend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being with us. We are 1 week away from the Halloween roast event. It's going to be awesome. The details you need to know if you got your tickets over at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. We'll get into that a bit more tomorrow on the show. All right, let's wrap things up here on the show. A couple of things, believe it or not, about Netflix on the way out. I thought this was crazy. But Netflix has just announced they've been working on a secret project, and they're dropping the first episode of it. The rest of the episodes will remain secret, and I'll explain to you why in just a second.
No trailer.
No trailer, but they've got the first episode of this. Here's what it is. It's a show called Famous Last Words on Netflix. And they're going to release the first one, Dr. Jane Goodall. And they've literally gone around and talked to celebrities that are about to die.
No way. Wait, and Jane Goodall knew she was going to die? I forgot what she passed from.
She knew she was in failing health, and she had done this interview, part of the series Famous Last Words with Netflix. And every future interview in this series, they're not naming who they've talked to, is with somebody who is going to be dying soon.
Whoa.
And then they'll be like, okay, by the way, here's their Famous Last Words special.
They drop the episode day they die?
They drop them whenever these people die.
That's weird.
It's more significant than C-Line. We've talked a lot about how the news outlets write the obituaries and the TV stations have obits ready before the celebrities die.
And then they just kind of plug and play, like, died surrounded by family of this, stuff like that.
Yeah, it says how Jane Goodall's death initiated Netflix's newest show.
My friend's already seen it. He says it's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Famous Last Words is what it's called. More episodes are in Netflix's vault. Their subjects are unknown for now, this says. And it says, when the news of the death of the revered conservationist Jane Goodall arrived on Wednesday, a handful of Netflix employees knew they faced a very few long work days. Those people had to have 48 hours to put in the finishing touches on a new show that was already years in the making. On Friday, without much fanfare, Netflix released the first episode of the show Famous Last Words, a series of late-life interviews with famous people whose contents, including their subjects' identities, are kept closely guarded until after the subject dies.
Man,
that's interesting.
I know this might not be the right word, but that is cool.
It's really
and they don't have one employee that did not break or leak anything?
No.
That's very fascinating.
I mean, I would be very interested to know who are the other people. But obviously, who have they talked to? Who are these other people?
The other thing that's interesting to me is it says the employees, whoever's involved in making this, they get the news that this person has passed and they have 48 hours to finish this.
Yeah.
I'm curious at how complete it is, like what percent completion they have before that and the 48 hours. And if there's only a limited number of people because this is so hush-hush, like what if you just went on vacation?
Yeah.
Do you just always have to have your laptop on you ready to stop and edit this thing?
How do you approach the subject? Like, hey, couldn't help but notice you were diagnosed with this.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Want to do a quick interview for the show that's going to come out after you're dead?
I mean, I imagine they do the same thing that these news outlets do when they say who is getting up there in age, who maybe is looking a little bit frail, who is is not long for the world.
I was hanging out by the drain earlier and couldn't help but notice you were circling it.
Exactly. She was 91, Jane Goodall, and she recorded this interview a couple of months ago with Netflix. She's just one. There's, I think, 7 more or something. Famous Last Words was adapted from the beloved Danish TV show The Last Word, which debuted in 2020. Netflix licensed the format for use outside of Scandinavia.
All right. Here's what my friend John says. You guys have met John before.
He wishes to remain anonymous.
The Jane Goodall one is amazing. You got to watch it. She don't give an F, and she's drinking whiskey. She cusses during it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that even more if they just while out in this interview.
And then I guess this is kind of an answer to what I just said. No one can hear what's said, and then the raw footage is edited after the death. So that's the 48 hours is taking the footage they took and turning it into an episode. Nothing.
They don't even know? They don't even know what it is?
Somebody's got to see it.
Wow. It says the executive producer of Famous Last Words, this is this new Netflix series, Jane Goodall was the first one that they recorded. They recorded other ones. They know these people are about to die, and then they drop them after they die. The executive producer, who also performs the interviews, first spoke about the series to the New York Times in June. By that time, he'd already been working on the show for more than 2 years. He said, and Netflix had 4 episodes ready to release. Another 4 were in the works. They will not discuss the subjects of those pending episodes.
Man, that's so crazy because you're working so hard on something, and you can't. I can't wait for you to. Well, no, it's like I got this thing, and I can't wait for you to see it. So part of you is kind of like maybe not hoping, but like you're almost waiting for somebody to die so you can go, here's this thing I've been working on. Here's this thing I've been involved with. This work that I've been almost excited to share with the viewing public. But it's almost like being in a death pool, where you're like,
it is, but we know people who weren't involved in this for sure. Like we know, obviously, if they're releasing this, it's not Ozzy Osbourne or Betty White or other people that people are mentioning in chat. It's people that haven't died yet. They've done the interview. They're waiting for them to die.
Ready to go.
Yeah. No, they had 4 ready to go when they did this interview back in March or something. They have more now, they believe.
Weird.
So, yeah, they started from a Danish version of this, and it's a way to like celebrate people after they die. Famous Last Words. Very interesting idea.
I wonder if this catches on, it gets popular. Will they be contacted by somebody who's like in the Norm Macdonald camp? One of the people who told nobody, except maybe his closest, But there are a bunch of like comedians that were good friends of his that did not know that he had cancer.
Yeah.
I wonder if there will be anybody in that boat. Same thing with Gene Wilder.
I bet they got.
Who?
Biden.
Oh,
that would be a good get.
That's not a bad guess.
I hope that his treatment goes well and he gets to live many more years, but
yeah, that's not a bad guess. Cancer. It makes you think about everything in a really different way, but it does.
A little morbid.
Definitely interesting. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on that. Keep that in mind as we move forward here. Also on the Netflix front, Stranger Things, an update on that. They have confirmed now that the final episode of Stranger Things will debut in theaters on December 31st. And here's what they've gone with. The screenings will take place in over 350 theaters in the U.S. and Canada, and they will be timed to start at exactly 5 p.m. Pacific time when the episode is released on Netflix. So it'll be simultaneously.
Interesting.
So, super fans will go to the theaters.
Yeah, but most people will probably just watch it at home with everybody else. All right, that'll do it. I don't think do we have time for a dispatch? Maybe one.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play.
Let's go. Let's see what we can get in here. At the end, we can squeeze in at least one dispatch, and let me refresh to get the latest and greatest. Here's Grounds Guys.
Hey,
Hello?
Sean and crew.
Yep,
Sean, I agree with you about your take on the narco boats, that if the crime isn't punishable by death here, it shouldn't be out there also. especially without any real proof being shown to the American people.
Yeah.
Just because you designated something a terrorist organization. But at the same time, he did designate Antifa as a terrorist organization. So I would like to know when he's going to blow up Mary Jane's minivan that keeps parking in the no parking area down the street.
You cannot request drone shots, sir.
Gathering of the Juggalos, beware. What?
Yeah, you can't just call in strikes on this. Yeah, my whole point on that front is like, this is extrajudicial. It's outside of the judicial system, and because it's
isn't war always extrajudicial?
Yeah. Well, the difference there is if we have declared war on an enemy and we're going against their troops, I don't expect you to make a case for every single one of them you're droning out of existence, or for ISIS and those things. But I just think it's very different when you have a boat on the water and you're like, well, just trust us. We 100,000% know this is a narco boat. Hit the button, blow it up. Like, that's not enough. It shouldn't be enough. You need to have more information.
Yeah, much like your stance on the death penalty, where if there's any chance of a mistake, then it's really hard to get behind.
And they've said that a bunch of these were mistakes and they were just fishermen, and I only believe a certain portion of that. But I don't think it should be left up to those sorts of questions. And that's very different from what a lot of people are doing. Like, I see people over and over. I'm trying to smack you on the head when you're doing it, who will go, well, Trump said he's doing these donations and then that's how we're going to pay this off. But how do we actually? It's like, you're creating a thing when there is nothing. All right. So far, we have people that have come out as being folks who are donating to this White House rebuild, and there's nothing there to see. If you find something down the road, then you might have something to point out. For this, it's right there. You can see that they're blowing up these boats, and we are not seeing any evidence beforehand. It's not being presented to the American people.
Wow.
This is why this is happening.
Funny you use the word not seeing.
Wow.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
All the stories made the
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Ain't no pencil like what kind of pencil was it?
Number 2?
A Musgrave?
A Musgrave pencil.
Nice.
Sea-Line's famous Musgrave pencil ad back in the day. For those of you new to the show,
you didn't get the gig.
Wasn't even it was an audition.
Brutal. Today I Learned for a Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Today I learned this guy right here. Scatman John, the guy behind Scatman, was a lifelong stutterer.
Sean, that was really good.
And he turned it into his greatest strength using scat singing as a way to stutter freely. They got to rename that. And finally, today I learned this band right here.
AWOL Nation.
AWOL Nation comes back around for us here. Sail by AWOL Nation is the only song to reach a new peak after spending more than a year on Billboard's Hot 100 charts. It keeps generating sales because they feature it in viral videos of wingsuits and cats and BMW commercials and Vikings commercials and CWTV commercials and all the rest. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missing the show, get the podcast at the News.